Westwood One.
We welcome you to Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky for exclusive second-round coverage of the 2025 Men's Basketball Championship between the 9-seed Creighton Blue Jays and the 1-seed Auburn Tigers. Tonight's broadcast of the NCAA tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network is sponsored by AutoZone, by Cintas, by Granger, by Pluto TV, by Kohl's, by Progressive Insurance, and by NCAA.com. Hi, everybody. I'm John Sadak, along with former Notre Dame star and top 5 draft pick LaFonso Ellis. Brad Heller will join us later for the Westwood One Broadcast Center. So it's the number 1 overall seed, the Auburn Tigers, the 9-seed Creighton Blue Jays, and their stewards, LaFonso, longtime veterans. Bruce Pearl of Auburn and Greg McDermott of Creighton, each with 3 decades plus of head coaching experience. They have never faced each other on the floor until tonight.
How about that? And these two guys have done an amazing job at their respective programs. And you're talking about Greg McDermott. He's led his team to 2 straight Sweet 16s over the last 2 years, looking for a third tonight. And for Bruce Pearl, he's an outstanding coach. The current SEC Coach of the Year hasn't been past the second round in the last 3 years. He wants to get there this year.
It's also a matchup of outstanding big men.
Yes.
Janai Broome, 6'10", the leading scorer for Auburn, the top rebounder in the SEC, the SEC's Player of the Year, and on the short list for National Player of the Year.
I think Janai Broome is definitely the National Player of the Year. What he's been able to do against top 20 competition has been absolutely amazing. You've already said he's SEC Player of the Year, all SEC first team. He's got to be really good tonight because to finish the last 3 games of the regular season, 27.7 rebounds, only 14 in the last game. He's got to be big tonight.
There is a big man on the other side. Ryan Kalkbrenner, before he arrived at Creighton, Creighton's program all-time had been to 3 Sweet 16s, none since 1974. They are 3-0 in round of 32 games when Ryan Kalkbrenner is healthy to propel them to a Sweet 16.
He's had an incredible career. 4 straight years named Defensive Player of the Year in the Big East. No one's done that since the great Patrick Ewing. He does a phenomenal job of controlling the painted area, great in pick-and-roll situations. He stays out of foul trouble, which is absolutely amazing, and that's going to have to take place tonight against that vaunted front line of Auburn.
It will be the 3rd all-time meeting of Creighton and Auburn, their first in a quarter century. Up next, we'll have the lineups and the opening tip. For the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the Men's Basketball Tournament.
Traveling in basketball? Bad move. Traveling the world? Great move. Wherever the road takes you, Best Western is your place to take a time out and catch your breath. Because every team needs a place to regroup. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Best Western. Book direct and save at bestwestern.com.
People always ask me, Guy, why are you so confident? And I tell them because I shop for a used car with Carfax. Why Carfax? Because I was able to pause for the facts. What kind of facts? Used car facts. Facts. Like which car has been in a reported accident, which ride has the best value, facts. Which car will have me feeling so confident that I'll just turn up the radio facts. And roll down the windows facts. And belt out show tunes, knowing full well that I cannot sing. Facts. Carfax is the answer. Shop the all-new Carfax.com.
Meanwhile at Xfinity.
Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered a super fast connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah?
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with 2 people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speed vary. Not guaranteed.
There's nothing more defeating than a bracket busted during the first few rounds. Clearly, you didn't have the right stats and data to make the right pick. Don't make the same mistake with hiring for your small business. Find top-tier talent in the right place with LinkedIn. LinkedIn has professionals you can't find anywhere else. including those who aren't actively looking for a new job, but might be open to the perfect role. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/SXM. That's linkedin.com/SXM. Terms and conditions apply.
Back at Rupp Arena, Lexington, Kentucky. The fans continue to fill the seats. 20,000 strong at Rupp. It's about 3/4 full. A lot of orange and blue. We had a chance to catch up with the Creighton head man, Greg McDermott, to check in on how the Blue Jays can try to shut down Auburn's Janai Broome.
We'll play him one-on-one. He plays, 60% of the game at the 5. He's such a good passer, and I think those double teams, now you have to deal with him as a scorer and a passer. We're going to play him one-on-one against Kalkbrenner, stay home with some of those shooters, and if they can beat us that way, then more power to them, because I have one of the best defensive centers in the country, and they have one of the best offensive centers, so we're going to have to, something's going to have to give.
Such a contrast between Creighton and Auburn. Speaking of the Tigers, their top dog in Bruce Pearl broke down how can they contain Creighton.
Creighton's still better from 3 than they are from 2, and even though they shoot a great percentage from 2, so we got to make sure that that we can't give them a lot of easy open looks while we're trying to guard the big fall at the rim, and then ourselves, I think we got to bank shots. I mean, we don't have the luxury in this particular game of just throwing the ball to Janai Broome and have him get buckets like we do all season long. We'll mix up the inside out, but we're gonna have to bank shots against that drop coverage in order to get this win.
What does our own expert have to say? It's time for the keys to the game, sponsored by Realtors. Buying a home can be a lot, but with the ethical expertise of a realtor, you don't have to do it alone. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. All right, LaFonso Ellis, let's get it going. The 9 seed runners-up for the Big East tournament, the Creighton Blue Jays.
Yeah, Creighton has to limit the easy opportunities for Auburn. That means no live turnovers, allowing them to get out in transition, using that athleticism to finish, limiting their offensive rebounds, second chance opportunities as well. And secondly, this is a Creighton team that's got to knock down threes. In their wins, 37% from 3 on over 10 made threes. In their 10 losses, 28% from 3 and only 9 made threes. And for the Auburn Tigers, they got to limit the easy threes that Creighton gets, particularly in transition. Got to get back, build a wall, and get out to shooters. And then secondly, they've got to make shots against that drop coverage. Ryan Kalkbrenner is phenomenal in drop coverage situations and ball screens. They've got to be able to knock down those 18-foot jump shots to loosen that up, John.
Auburn, by the way, 6th best three-point defense in the country, holding opponents to 29%. We check the starting lineup, sponsored by Cintas. Workdays are better when you partner with Cintas. Keep your team protected, prepared, and looking great. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday. The Creighton Blue Jays, runners-up in the Big East on the regular year and in the conference tournament. They have won 16 of 20. They're 25-10 on their year. They start 1 guard, 1 swing, 2 forwards in the center. It is a bigger lineup. In the backcourt, Stephen Ashworth, he is the leader on the floor. Second team All-Big East. He's 19 points shy of 2,000 on his storied and growing career. He's joined by Jemiah Neal, who had a stellar showing against Louisville. Career high, game high, 29 points, 12 boards, 6 dimes, and outstanding effort. At the 3, Jason Green in the Big East tournament. He shined against UConn. He dropped 19, a career high, on an efficient 8 of 10 shooting. Jackson McAndrew can shoot at 6'10". The freshman Big East all-freshman teamer, 35% from outside. He is 3-pointers shy of tying the Creighton record for freshmen in a campaign. And at the 5, Ryan Kalkbrenner, 7'1", 270, 4-time Big East Defensive Player of the Year, the winningest man in program history, 118 triumphs. The 15th-year head coach is Greg McDermott. He has Creighton in the tourney for a 5th straight year, now looks for his 4th Sweet 16 in that time. The number 1 overall seed, Auburn Tigers, 29-5, regular season champs in the SEC. 2 guards, a swing, a forward in the center. Denver Jones in the backcourt, 41% from outside. Miles Kelly, he erupted for 23, 7 threes in the rout of Alabama State. Chad Baker-Mazzara, 3rd team All-SEC, 38% from outside, 89 at the line. They have a lot of fellas that can shoot it. Janai Broome, the odds-on favorite for Player of the Year nationally. 18.5 points, 10.5 rebounds per. Both best on this club. The rebounds best in the SEC. And Dylan Cardwell, who called out his team's emotional energy and effort. He said it was not there. It was pitiful. We had 2 team meetings. We'll be ready at 6'11", the grad man out of Augusta, Georgia. Their head coach in year 11 is Bruce Pearl. The SEC's Coach of the Year had similar candid turns of phrase about his club. He has challenged his team's effort and energy. Auburn in white with the blue lettering and numerals, orange outline. Auburn in raised italicized caps across the chest. And Creighton in the blue tops and shorts with the white lettering and numerals and a silver gray outline. Time for the opening tip, sponsored by AutoZone. Free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination. Get on the zone, AutoZone. Our officials, Doug Sermons, Brent Hampton, and Steven Anderson, all 3 worked second weekend of the Big Dance a season ago. There's a lot of orange, there's a lot of blue, and there's a spot in the Sweet 16 on the line.
So looking forward to this. It's been fun working with you this weekend, partner. Let's go.
The ball to the center of the court. The 6'11" Cardwell to our left. And the 7'1" Ryan Kalkbrenner to our right. The ball's tossed. It's won by Cardwell. It's Auburn ball. And we're underway in the round of 32 in Lexington, Kentucky. Front court right. Denver Jones outside left. Plays catch with Cardwell. Springing free Kelly up top. He is covered and smothered. Hard screen. Cardwell. 3-ball on the way. A little short. And Kalkbrenner, the inside position, gets the board. Here comes Ashworth on the run. He rips to Neal. Thought about a transition triple. Baker Mazzara one-on-one. Between the legs moves. Now backs up with the pound. Scoreless, 30 seconds gone. Neal reset outside right. Kalkbrenner screen left. He rolls with it. Steps back for a 3. It's an air ball. Sails out of bounds.
Chad Baker Mazzara with that long wingspan at 6'7", 6'8", challenged that shot of Neal, and that's why it was short.
You can see a little bit of extra energy, maybe some hesitation on the opening possession. Auburn ball front court right. Jones at the logo. Feeds Baker Mazzara, slices down the lane, floats it up and in. 2-zip Tigers.
Yeah, came off a baseline screen, curled, had his defender McAndrew on the side of him and able to finish with his left hand over the top.
Creighton ball front court left. Kalkbrenner up top. He did drill a 3 yesterday, had been in a long shooting slump. Ashworth comes to the ball outside right. Swing through move, dribble if he wants. Calls for a screener. Kalkbrenner comes, pick and roll. Up fake on a 3, now holding a pivot. Needs to get away. 7 to shoot. Neal driving left end line, trying to back in Baker Mazzara. Help from Cardwell. It's Kalkbrenner, left side 3. Got it! He was 2 of 18 entering the tournament. He's 2 for 2 in the Big Dance.
Relocated from the top to the wing area, and a desperation shot bangs that one in off the glass.
Auburn ball front court right. Cardwell up top. Swing it. Down to the block left. It's Broom's first touch. Back to the basket. Give it one-on-one. Back in. Puts it up left hand. Short. And it's won by Creighton. Blue Jays to the other end. Neal outside right. This time he's picked up by the smaller Jones. Flip middle for Green. He's got Broom on it. Chest pass left for Kalkbrenner. Ashworth comes to it. He pops a quick 3. Got it. Rainbow snap twine. 6-2 Creighton.
Handoff by Kalkbrenner. Had his man trailing there. A wide open gap for him to be able to get that wide open 3-point shot off.
Denver Jones paws, drives down the lane, shot short. Rebound Kalkbrenner, headman Ashworth. Neal says throw it up. He feeds McAndrew, transition triple. Hits, he'll miss. Poked in the air, won by Broom at Auburn. Cardwell's carving a lot of space, and Auburn's missing some point-blank looks. Baker Mazzara outside right. Cardwell, great screen. Free throw line. Jay on the way. Off the iron miss. Rebound Cardwell. Chin and spin. Baker Mazzara wants it. Pops a 3. Got it.
All 5 Creighton defenders in the lane. Kick that out. Wide open shot from the top. And Chad Baker Mazzara drills it from the top.
6-5 Creighton. Almost 3 minutes gone. Blue Jay ball front court left. Double screen Neal. Right side of the paint. Ball away over Cardwell. Off iron miss. Great boxing board for Broom. Weak side. Here come the Tigers on the run. Miles Kelly, one-handed flip. Baker Mazzara, defended by the freshman of McAndrew. Shows shake, up fake. McAndrew stays with him, 18 to shoot. Kelly slips past Neal, floats it up, rattles loose. Rebound, Cardwell goes strong and puts it home. He's been a physical impact.
Ryan Kalkbrenner went to block that shot. Dylan Cardwell did what a big should do, is run right to the front of the rim, came up with that offensive rebound and put it in with his right hand.
7-6 Tigers, and their fans grow loud. They have showed up in force. Their hotel adjoined ours, and there were a good 400 of them greeting the team on the way to the arena.
Took us a little while to get around that line.
There were a couple of buses of folks. Green up top. Kalkbrenner again. Right wing three. A little short. Rebound Broom. Heat check. 7-6 Auburn with the ball. Denver Jones calmly up the floor. Picked up by Ashworth in the half court. Hand signals with the raised right hand. A lead for Baker Mazzara. Toss middle for Broom, who's had minimal post touches early. Hand off for Curlin Kelly. He had a sterling shooting showing. Baker Mazzara floating contest over McAndrew. Miss. He tumbled McAndrew board. 3-on-3 for Creighton. Ashworth saw a seam. Shoveled McAndrew on the trail. Back to Ashworth outside left. Fake right, drive left. Picked up by Cardwell. Now smothered by Jones. One hand flip McAndrew. Great up fake. Stride right. Flip up top to Kalkbrenner. He surveys. Ball above his head, two hands. Poked at by Cardwell. Awkward handoff to Neal. 10 to shoot. Neal, overplay on the screen. Neal, probing dribble. 4 seconds. Neal driving, spinning into the paint. 2 seconds. He's doubled. And it's a shot clock violation. The Tiger defense shuts down Creighton.
That's tremendous defensive discipline by Auburn. They iced that to keep it on one side. There was no room for Creighton to be able to get a shot off.
And with that, there's a timeout on the court, sponsored by Rocket. Own the dream. A tight one. Auburn 7, Creighton 6, 15-32 first half. For the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay. You can just move through life, or you can find the things that move you. It's your choice. Choose joy. Choose the road. Choose your shot. Take it. Choose to get in there. Choose your calling. Choose your path. Just choose. We craft cars for those who choose to do more than simply move. You know who you are. Mazda. Move and be moved.
I wake up.
Tyler Reddick here from 2311 Racing. Looking for fast fun? Go for a spin at Chumba Casino. Racing's fast, but Chumba takes it up a notch. Nothing beats the rush of those high-speed spins. Big thrills, daily bonus boosts, action-packed games. Chumba's got it all to keep you in the fast lane. Ready to race? Let's Chumba. Pit stop at ChumbaCasino.com and play today.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
People always ask me, Guy, why are you so confident? And I tell them because I shop for a used car with Carfax. Why Carfax? Because I was able to
pause for the facts.
What kind of facts? Used car facts.
Facts.
Like which car has been in a reported accident, which ride has the best value,
facts.
Which car will have me feeling so confident that I'll just turn up the radio
facts.
and roll down the windows
facts.
and belt out show tunes, knowing full well that I cannot sing.
Facts.
Carfax is the answer. Shop the all-new Carfax.com.
Let's check each team's tournament resumes, sponsored by Monster.com. Monster.com helps you slam dunk the job search and makes your next career move. Monster.com provides great coaching and millions of job openings. Get off the bench and go to Monster.com today. The number 1 overall seed Auburn Tigers, 16 quad 1 wins, most of the country, 10 wins over AP-ranked teams, while the Creighton Blue Jays victories this year over Kansas, St. John's, UConn, Xavier, and, of course, Louisville in the NCAA tournament. But, LaFonso Ellis, you were noticing something, the wrinkle of the defensive game plan from Auburn.
Well, it's been brilliant. They've been overloading the strong side and putting 2 guys in the painted area, so it's taken away all of Creighton's ball screen action and all of that off-ball screen action. Really brilliant chess move by Bruce Pearl.
Auburn 5 second chance points already, a couple of offensive rebounds, and a sub. Chaney Johnson is in. It's Auburn, ball front court right. Baker Mazzara, kick into the left corner, quick release, three is on the way and in. Miles Kelly, who was deadly from deep a couple of nights ago.
Created about a nice flare screen from Janai Broom.
Ashworth, transition triple of his own. Right wing and a kiss to the crowd. It's 10-9.
No communication in their transition defense, and Stephen Ashworth makes them pay.
That snaps an 8-0 Auburn run. Janai Broom takes a 3 on high. Off fire and miss. Only a 29% shooter. Board of McAndrew and Creighton. Jemiah Neal Up the floor, picked up by Tahad Pettiford, who was subbed in. Spin move, fall away, right elbow, in and out. Rebound Auburn. In the clutches of Johnson, funnel forward to Baker Mazzara, picked up by McAndrew, ball scheme left, deny, into the corner, 3-ball off. Broom gets it over Kalkbrenner to maintain. Now trying to back him in, isolated, over the shot blocker, short, won by Kalkbrenner.
Kalkbrenner did a really nice job of walling up, making him take a tough top shot over the top.
Ashworth running the show outside right, trying to drive on a help of Broom. Doubled, falls down, flips McAndrew, left corner, three, got it!
Dribble penetration to the backside caused the entire defense to flood the lane. He's able to make that pass across the lane, and McAndrew drills it from the corner.
Creighton leads again, 12-10, back and forth early. Auburn sends Denver Jones to the table. Pettiford begins the pound against Ashworth, hard screen, Broom. He loses him, three up top, got it!
Janai Broom set that ball screen. Tahad Pettiford snaked it underneath, forcing his defender to have to trail and be on his hip, and drills that one from the top.
We welcome those of you just joining us across our network. 13-12, Auburn leads. Creighton ball front court left, 13:40, clock rolls. McAndrew cuts right block. He's doubled, holding a left foot pivot. Lob out right to Ashworth. The 1-9 matchup. The victor will face the winner of Texas A&M and Michigan. Neal outside left. Kalkbrenner trying to post. They feed it to him, and the fronting Johnson slaps it away. Corner out of bounds, 6 to shoot.
Yeah, they're trying to get Ryan Kalkbrenner in deep post position, but Chaney Johnson did an incredible job of staying on the high side of it, and as they tried to lob it over the top, he was able to deflect it out of bounds. Really good defensive position by Chaney Johnson.
Cardwell back in as Broom gets a breather, and Denver Jones is back. Baseline trigger, only 6 to shoot. Green looking, palming the ball. Bounce pass to Auburn, taken away by Kelly mid-lane. He trots deep, three rejected partially by McAndrew. Creighton on the run. Neal sprints up the left side. Leifer trailing Ashworth. He fumbles upon receipt. Middle for Neal, fake right, cut left. Kalkbrenner dives to the cup. Neal didn't see him. Feed right for Green. He leaves for Ashworth, defended hard by Kelly, right on top of it. Ball screen, he goes over top, backs up near midcourt, loses handle out of bounds. The pressure of Kelly forces the mistake.
Miles Kelly not giving him any airspace, making him uncomfortable, which is something that they talked about in the pregame. The defensive attention to detail from Auburn has been outstanding here early in the first half.
3 turnovers for Creighton, none for Auburn. Fedor Zugic is in his first minutes for Creighton. Green goes to the bench. Pettiford up top, window for 3, offensive foul. Cardwell moving screen, thumped Ashworth down to the floor.
Yeah, a little staggered screen there by Chaney Johnson and Dylan Cardwell. Chaney set one clean, and then Dylan Cardwell tried to clean it up, slid to his left, and there was certain contact right there. Good call by the official.
Inbound to Ashworth, backcourt right. He dribbles up. 13-12, Auburn leads. 12:48, clock rolls first half. Creighton clad in blue, Auburn in white. Kalkbrenner up top, flick left for McAndrew. The shooter pops a shot, and he hits it. Cardwell was late to contest, and it's 15-13 Creighton.
A little jab step froze Cardwell, and he took just a second. That's all he needed to get that shot off.
Already 5 lead changes in this game. Dump down low. Johnson, guarded by McAndrew, gives up some pounds. Back him in with the right shoulder. Into the lane, fall away. High rise hit, and it's tied at 15.
Very patient, took his time, backing him down with his left hand, got into the paint, and just rolls over his right shoulder to knock that one down over the top.
Ashworth getting hounded up top. McAndrew, great ball fake. Stride left, feed Ashworth, ball fake. Defender in the air, kick corner. Zugic trying to muscle closer, outsizing Pettiford, puts it up, wave it off. A travel. He thought he got hit, but he's called for steps, and we get a timeout of the court. It's tied at 15, 11:59 to go first half. The 1 seed Auburn, the 9 seed Creighton. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Gain Super Flings are here to take your laundry to the next level.
Talking about Gain Super Flings. Super-sized laundry packs. These things are huge. Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings laundry packs have 4 times the Oxy cleaning power and 3 times the Febreze freshness versus Gain Original Liquid.
Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings for next level laundry.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
You know what I love about spring? It's a season of change, and that means it's time for a closet refresh. Enter Kohl's. With the extra 15% off they have going on, I saved on the latest styles for my entire family, like a cute dress for myself, linen shorts for my husband, and spring jackets for my kids. Just add sunshine and we're set. All thanks to Kohl's. Select styles, some exclusions apply. 15% offer ends March 23rd. See store or Kohls.com for details.
It's time for the Kohl's Fact of the Game. The 9-seed Creighton Blue Jays have never beaten a 1 or a 2 seed in the NCAA tournament. 0-3 against each. That's the Fact of the Game, sponsored by Kohl's. Make this spring a stylish one with on-trend looks for every occasion when you shop at Kohl's and Kohls.com, where families come first. It's tied at 15, LaFonso. It's 11:59 to go first half. Auburn and Creighton. And as we went to break, you pointed out one of your keys has erupted in a big way from outside.
Well, we talked about in order for Creighton to be able to win this game that they had to be efficient from the three-point line. And my goodness, have they been. 5 of 8 from the three-point line. All 15 of their points have come in that phase of the game.
Meanwhile, the Auburn Tigers just 6 of 16 shooting. They are 3 of 7 from deep. They've missed a lot of bunnies, a lot of easy looks. The turnovers, though, have played Creighton, and that's a critical part of why it's tied.
Yeah, part of the reason Auburn has missed a bunch of bunnies around the basket is you have one of the best defensive centers in the country, and number 11, Ryan Kalkbrenner, and you have a tendency to kind of look for him, and he's certainly created some in-the-paint anxiety for Auburn on the defensive end.
No, the crowd is all the more thickening. It's nearly a flush 20,000-seat building.
What atmosphere.
Auburn up the floor, clad in white, Creighton in blue. Tiger ball in the front court right. Johnson into the lane, rise and fire, right elbow. Jay on the way is good, 17-11.
Yeah, Cheney Johnson drove from the left wing into the painted area, used his inside shoulder to create separation and shot that one over the top.
17-15 Auburn. Ashworth between the logos. Minimal movement off ball. Kalkbrenner comes to it outside right. Picked up by Cardwell. Puts it on the deck. Spin. Threads a bounce pass to Neal. Can't handle. Out off his leg, out of bounds. There was a double that collapsed and the ball ricocheted off Neal.
Yeah, Jemiah Neal tried to go back door there, and here again, attention to detail for Auburn. Denver Jones already in the painted area to take that one away.
It's already 5 giveaways for Creighton, matching the 5 field goal makes. Auburn has 1 turnover. Cardwell asking for the ball on the block. This is happening with Janai Broom on the bench. Probing dribble by Jones, puts it up. Rattles away, a miss, a foul by Zugic as he circled into the cup.
Yeah, the hesitation and change of speed dribble there by Denver Jones was able to avail himself a nice little opportunity on the right side of the rim. Almost had an and one, but it rolled off the rim. Opportunity for 2 free throws here.
And so now Jones line right. John Sadak, LaFonso Ellis here to Grainger broadcast position. Rupp Arena, Lexington, Kentucky. Gain a winning edge for your business with Grainger. Get fast delivery of industrial-grade supplies to help keep your operations going when you call 1-800-GRAINGER or click Grainger.com. First free throw good for Jones. He is the second best free throw shooter in the SEC. Top 10 of the country at 90%.
One of the best on-ball defenders in the United States of America. So it's been fun watching him and Stephen Ashworth go at it.
He hits both, and now it's full court Auburn pressure. Ashworth hopping, can run end line, feeds middle for Kalkbrenner, hand off to an in-stride Ashworth who sprints into the front court left. Up top to Kalkbrenner. Spinning on a left foot pivot. Toss right for Jemiah Neal. Ball screen left. He goes with it on a switch. He's got Cardale. Look right for Zugic into the paint. Great bounce pass to Kalkbrenner. Up fake. Hesitant shot altered by Cardale. Won by Auburn. A miss off glass. Denver Jones up the floor. Auburn up 4. Pettiford on the run. Baseline J on the way. Hits the heel miss. Weak side McAndrew Creighton. Ashworth up the floor. And Kelly fell down. Zugic open left corner. He drives erupting to the rim. Rejected by Kelly, who came in on help and fouled it.
Yeah, Chaney Johnson got a little too close. Zugic read it beautifully and drove it to his right, to his left rather, on the baseline, and able to draw some contact and get to the foul line. Opportunity for 2 free throws here.
Janai Broome is ready to sub back in. Oddly enough, the team has taken a minor control of the game that's been largely back and forth, while he's been on the bench for a long stretch.
Well, their defense continues to be outstanding in terms of their rotation, communication, and helps.
Zugic, 74%, line left, spins the ball. Deep knee bend, eyes iron, shot in the air, and miss. Later on, we'll select the play of the day, sponsored by Old Spice. Stinking places beyond your pits. Old Spice has you covered. Total body deodorant. 24/7 freshness from pits to toes with daily use. So Cardwell out, and Broome is back. Ashworth, a teaching moment, as Greg McDermott in his right ear just shy of midcourt. Zugic set for a second. It's in the air, and no good. Wow. Misses both. Rebound to Auburn, up 4.
Those come back to hurt you late in the game.
Tahad Pettiford up the floor. Flick to Johnson. Looks middle for Broome. Hand off Pettiford. Quick trigger 3. No good. Great box out by Creighton, but it's won by Broome, and then a foul by Ashworth. Isaac Crowder carved out space, and Tigers claimed the ball.
Yeah, Auburn's done a really nice job on the offensive glass so far in this game. 4 of their 19 points have come in that phase of the game.
Foul to Ashworth, his first, team second. 2 fouls on Auburn. 6-0 run for the Tigers. Turnovers have played Creighton of late. Pettiford hand signals for everyone to cycle. He controls outside right, rolls left on a Broome screen. Alley-oop to Broome, disrupted by Kalkbrenner. Won by Ashworth. Creighton on the run, behind the back move. Look to Neal outside left, picked up by Baker Mazzara. His length has bothered him early. Roll right on a double screen. Neal picked up by the much smaller Pettiford. Tries to take him off the bounce. Driving right side of the paint on help. Jones knocks it free. Won by Neal. Tied up tight to the end line, out of bounds. Poked by the Tigers. 12 to shoot.
The active hands defensively from Auburn has really slowed down the fluidity of this Creighton offense. They've been really good.
Jemiah Neal at 29. He tied for the most points in Thursday's NCAA tournament action. He's 0 for 3 early, and he's out of the game. Green takes his spot. Baseline trigger, lob to Kalkbrenner way up top. He feeds left, Trout, fake left, drive right on Denver Jones. Leave up top, Zugic pops a 3, got it!
Chad Baker Mazzara late coming around that curl defensively, and that's how he's able to get that wide open look.
Creighton 6 of 9 from 3, all their points. It's a 1-point game. Auburn up 19-18, 9:38, clock rolls. Pettiford, Baker Mazzara, left elbow, dump to Broome, mid-lane, just outside of the paint, backing in Kalkbrenner, backing in, whistle and foul. It'll be Kalkbrenner a little too handsy on Broome.
Yeah, gotta let the big guys play. There wasn't a lot there. Didn't dislodge him. Let him play on.
Now, if you watch the St. John's Arkansas game today, that's very tame.
It took about 4 hours with all the fouls in that game.
Kalkbrenner with his first. Trigger to Johnson, left corner. Quickly swing to Pettiford. Fire down low to Johnson. Great position layup. He beat Trout to the right block, 21-18.
Yeah, a little baseline screen allowed his defender to lay on that screen, which created a wide open alley for him to get that one off over his left shoulder and in.
Green outside right, aggressively pawed at by Johnson. Jab step, holding a left foot pivot. Erupts in the dribble in front of the Auburn bench, 13 to shoot. Creighton just now running its offense, 10 to shoot. Ashworth down the lane, fed in stride. He beat Jones and he calmly lays it home. Layup drill, 1-point game.
Yeah, Ashworth took a step to his right as if he was going to go off of Kalkbrenner and then darted down the middle of the floor. What a beautiful pass in the finish on the right-hand side.
Broome thought about a 3-ball. He's already missed one. Lead for Pettiford at the base of the logo. Bounce to an inch right Jones, mid-lane. Up fake, spinning on a right foot pivot. Fall away, contested. Back rim and in. The spin carries it home, 23-20. Ashworth up the floor behind a Kalkbrenner pick. Nasty crossover on Jones. Leads into contact, doesn't get the call. A brick caught by Kalkbrenner, and he dunks it home. It's a 1-point game. And Doug Sermon's animated, pointing at his chest, saying that's not a foul. And Ashworth is shaking his head as they're arguing with each other. Pettiford up top, looking for Baker Mazzara. Auburn by 1. Baker Mazzara probing, free throw line jumper, rim glass miss. Rebound Ashworth, here comes Creighton. Ashworth slows it up in the front court left. Kelly ready to sub. Left wing pops a 3, got it! 25-23 Creighton. Another lead change.
Ryan Kalkbrenner set a ball screen, and Ashworth came off that thing like lightning to his left hand and able to drill that open three.
7 lead changes with 7.5 minutes to go in the first. Johnson backing up with a pound, takes a long 2 on high, rims out. Rebound Zugic and Creighton. Blue Jays with a different swagger. Ashworth saw a seam. He drives. It gets fouled as Jones tried to rip it away his first. There's a timeout on the court. There's a great game on the court. 7:33 to go in the first. It's Creighton 25, Auburn 23. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I need new rotors.
When you buy 2 Duralast rotors during our spring sale, you get Duralast brake pads free.
Free?
With the rotors.
Well, that's great. What if I need extra stopping power?
You can upgrade to Duralast Gold pads for just $10.
So Duralast pads are free?
Yep.
And an upgrade is just $10?
That's right. Part of the spring sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
In the face of uncertainty, some things remain steady, like the Cummins 2027 X15. Built on 25 plus years of experience and delivering up to 4% better fuel efficiency in a weight-neutral system, the X15 gives you the strength to move forward fearlessly and confidence that no matter the obstacle, you can and will rise above it. The 2027 X15, forever rising. Estimates based on preliminary testing. Individual results may vary.
And that is why many of the greatest feats of fandom require you to be on your feet. Any questions?
Professor, NCAA men's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to show up, show out, give it 110 from tip to the final buzzer? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MVB tickets.
With Marriott Bonvoy, take your game day rituals on the road. No matter how you show your team spirit, find a stay for your style when you explore our entire world of hotel brands and experiences. Marriott Bonvoy has a brand for every kind of fan. Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA. Explore more at marriottbonvoy.com/NCAA.
Let's check the schedule of tournament games coming up on Westwood One, sponsored by the 2027 X15 engine from Cummins, featuring better efficiency, immense power, and backed by 25-plus years of experience. The 2027 X15 is built to rise above the challenges of tomorrow. The X15 forever rising. Up next here in Lexington, the 7 UCLA takes on the 2 in Tennessee, a game with a major wrinkle. The Hall of Fame coach at Tennessee, and Rick Barnes, was heavily courted by UCLA before they hired Mick Cronin in 2019, and said at the time, if they had worked out the buyout, he probably would be the head coach of the Bruins.
Yeah, he went on to say to us that through a long series of prayer and discernment that he felt like the Lord had him here, here at Tennessee, that his purpose was to finish there, so that's why he's still there.
Well,
he's doing a phenomenal job.
Awful lot of orange here between the Tennessee fans that have come early and the Auburn fans that are here for the Tigers. It is 25-23. Creighton leads the number 1 overall seed, Auburn Tigers. 7:33 to go in the first. What are you seeing?
What I'm seeing is both teams are trying to get up ahead of the defense and looking for early opportunities. And for Creighton, it's availed some really nice threes for them. 7 of 11 from the three-point line. So 21 of the 25 points have come in that phase. And then for Auburn, they've been really good on the offensive glass, and they've been playing with some pace as well. What a fun game to call.
You thought that Creighton was brilliant from deep in the win over Louisville. Already 7 for 11 in this game. They have not hit more than 11 threes and a half on the year, and that only came a few weeks ago against Butler. 25-23, Creighton ball. Denver Jones the foul before the break, non-shooting. Sideline trigger at the hash. Zugic has to dump it deep into the backcourt right for Neal, who's back in. Kalkbrenner screams as he glides across. 20 to shoot as they run the offense. Ashworth gets fed on the bounce. Kick into the left corner. Green loads up for 3. Flat miss side iron. Long rebound to Auburn. It's to Hod Pettiford, who walks it up, chin-high dribble with the right hand. The wrist taped up. He raises the left hand and communicates the play. Feed right, Baker Mazzara. Up top to Cardwell. Back to Baker Mazzara. Broom fronted. Now springs free. Gets it against Green one-on-one. Muscles him in. Whistle and foul on the floor. Kalkbrenner and Cardwell were fighting hard off ball.
Yeah, Dylan Cardwell essentially trying to set a screen in the middle of the paint to free up Janai Broom to get that little hook shot over his right shoulder.
Foul to Green, his first baseline trigger to come here from Baker Mazzara. He bounces to Broom in the right corner, flick calmly up the wing for Cardwell. Up top it's Pettiford, right side Baker Mazzara. Zugic all over him. Great pass down low to Cardwell. Up fake, puts it up, a rush shot, whistle, and foul! Kalkbrenner's length changed the shot, but the foul comes on the Big East Defensive Player of the Year. He's got 2. He's rarely in foul trouble. What does Greg McDermott do?
I think, let's see, with 6:55 to go, I think he's going to roll with him because he trusts his guy to stay out of foul trouble. How about this? He's played an entire season and hadn't been disqualified from a single game. But so much on the line, he may go with McAndrew and try to spread the floor and have Green play Broom inside.
Cardwell misses. It's Zugic out and McAndrew in. Be a VIP at the men's Final Four in San Antonio with the NCAA Experience official ticket and hospitality packages. Official NCAA hospitality packages include live entertainment, upscale food station, second free throw miss won by Creighton, and beverages, appearances by NCAA legends, and much more. To be a VIP at the men's Final Four in San Antonio, visit ncaa.com/VIP. Creighton ball in the front court, left up 25-23, under 7 to go in the first. Neal outside left, one-handed flick to Green outside right, defended by Broom, dumped to Ashworth. He weaves off a Kalkbrenner screen, thought about a step back, Cardwell hangs with him. On a switch, he's got the big. Bounce to Green at the right elbow, puts it on the deck left hand, muscles inside, on a left foot pivot, spinning fall away is a rattle miss, rebound Auburn. Pettiford up the floor. Letter high dribble with the left hand, raises the right hand calmly and says slow it up. Now Kelly looks to Broom up top, pass down the right wing, tipped by McAndrew, out of bounds, 19 to shoot.
It's a really nice job by McAndrew because they were just getting ready to go run a little backdoor play, but he was able to tap it out of bounds before they could get into it.
And now Kalkbrenner comes out with 6:17 to go until the break, and Frederick King takes his spot. What do you think?
I love it because you can't take a chance because Janai Broom is going to try to go right at him, and Frederick King has played some really good minutes for them in the past, so it's not unfamiliar territory for him.
Kelly up top, pops a 3, miss, rebound Broom, immediate impact with no Kalkbrenner. He spins, puts it up, and rattles around and drops down. He had the size on Green. Creighton up the floor, tied at 25, under 6 minutes in the first. Denver Jones to the table to sub. Bad pass intended for King. Picked off by Pettiford. Squirts loose on the deck. Won by McAndrew. Lead for Ashworth. Back to McAndrew. Left wing 3. Got it! He has tied the Creighton freshman record. That's 68 threes on his inaugural campaign, and it's 28-25 Creighton.
Yeah, Creighton had Auburn's defense in scramble mode, and the lack of communication led to a wide-open 3 from McAndrew, and he drills it from the left wing.
Auburn ball in the front court right. Creighton deadly from deep with 8 triples. Pettiford elbow jumper. He sticks it. 1-point game.
Yeah, really good offense. He threw it to Cardwell and then ran off him with a little handoff to get that shot off.
Ashworth in transition from midcourt. Tried to fire an alley-oop in between. Trying to thread it to King, but overshot him out of bounds.
Yeah, and Coach Greg McDermott looked at him and put 2 hands to his temples. And he's like, be smart, be smart. And Stephen Ashworth still saying, my bad.
Now it's Auburn ball up the floor, left to right. Ryan Kalkbrenner, 2 fouls, buried on the Creighton bench, has not fouled out once in his collegiate career. Can Auburn take advantage inside? Broom at the left elbow, spinning, dives down the lane, floats it up, rattles, miss, rebound King, Creighton ball. Able to chin and spin, outlet to Ashworth. Calm flip to Neal, drives right to the cup, rejected by Broom. Baker Mazzara in stride, sprinting 2-on-1. He climbs to the rim, Euro, miss, and Cardwell 2 hands at home. It was popping free, and Cardwell hammers 29-28 Auburn. The burnt orange stands up, 4:46 to go in the first, time out on the court. Auburn 29, Creighton 28. Kalkbrenner's checking back in. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Monster.com helps you slam dunk the job search and make your next career move. With great coaching and millions of job openings, Monster.com empowers you to score your next position and win the job hunt. Get off the bench and go to Monster.com today.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out. so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Without maintenance teams behind the scenes, everything stops. Even the game. Lights, broadcast equipment, cooling. You ensure the assets that matter most work. MaintainX was built for professionals like you. A modern maintenance app that helps manage work orders, schedule maintenance, and track inventory. So keep the madness on the court, not in your operations. Try MaintainX free at maintainx.com/MVP. That's maintain in the letter x.com/MVP.
Something amazing is happening in meteorology. Climate researchers are weathering a data storm. That's because CDW transformed their devices and infrastructure to pre-configured Lenovo ThinkPads and powerful edge-to-cloud solutions, delivering faster insights to run more accurate forecast models. So it's almost like they're controlling the weather themselves. Lenovo and CDW. Make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/Lenovo Client.
Hi, it's me, your USPS Ground Advantage shipment. Just left the warehouse.
I know. Just got the notification.
Made it.
Yes, I know. I get all the updates.
Stay in the know with USPS Ground Advantage service. Visit USPS.com/in-the-know.
Fans, you can listen live to every minute of the NCAA men's tournament on Alexa. Just ask your device to open Westwood One Sports. You'll be able to select the game you want to hear or get access to our March Madness Mix channel, which will take you to the best action at any given moment. That's open Westwood One Sports to listen on Alexa. We have a tight one here. The number 1 overall seed Auburn Tigers, a slim 1-point lead on the 9 seed Creighton, 29-28, 4:46 to go in the first. 2 fouls on Creighton big Ryan Kalkbrenner, who went to the table to sub in just as we went to break. Auburn dominating inside. Second chance points 9-2 Auburn. Offensive rebound 6-1 Auburn. But Creighton killing it from deep. LaFonso Ellis, 8 made threes.
Well, they've been doing what they needed to do on the offensive end, and that's being efficient from the three-point line. 8 of 13 from 3. But we talked about for Auburn, Creighton had to prevent their easy points, and they've gotten 16 of their 29 points easily. Offensive glass and off turnovers. Creighton's got to take better care of the ball and take care of the backboard.
Creighton brings it up right to left. Ashworth picked up by Denver Jones. Under 5 to go in the first. Creighton down 1. Ashworth, chest pass snapped into the left corner for Neal. Bounce to Kalkbrenner. Trying to back in against Cardell. Back in. Giving the one-on-one. Hook with the right hand is an ugly miss out of bounds.
Dylan Cardwell just did a phenomenal job defensively of forcing him up the lane and making that hook shot instead of 3 feet from the basket, 6 to 7 feet from the basket. Excellent defense by Cardwell.
Now, Cardwell gave a double thumbs down, gladiator style. Greg McDermott did not like it and then gave some teaching points thereafter. They seemed to share some kind of an exchange about the hand signal. Auburn ball in the front court right. Kelly, top of the key, 3 on the way. Spins out. One-handed by Broome, out of bounds. It's Creighton ball. Broome thought he got thumped, doubled, and slammed down to the floor.
Well, I tell you what, this game is not for the faint. If you don't have a physical mindset in this game, you should check out. Just go sit on the bench.
Ashworth up the floor. Awkward dribble against Jones. Feed middle for Kalkbrenner. McAndrew cuts cup. Jones denies. Ashworth sets a screen on Cardell. Gets fed up top, picked up by Pettiford. Bounce to an in-stride Neal, free throw line jumper, got it, his first bucket, and it's a 30-29 Creighton edge.
He had the ball at the top with Ashworth. He's able to come off a little screen, curl to the foul line area, and knocks down that 15-footer.
Auburn ball front court right. Pettiford free throw line jumper, hits heel miss, rebound Ashworth. Here comes Creighton. Ashworth up the heart of the floor. Surveys head on a swivel. Nasty right to left crossover and a switch. He has Cardell. Look middle for Neal. Aggressive overplay by Kelly. Bad pass for Ashworth, out of bounds. And another Creighton turnover. They've got 7. Time out of the court. 3:27 to go first half. It's Creighton 30, Auburn 29. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I need new rotors.
When you buy 2 Duralast rotors during our spring sale, you get Duralast brake pads free.
Free?
With the rotors.
Well, that's great. What if I need
What's up, insiders, basketball fans?
all over the world. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today during March Madness. Oh man, we're having so much fun. We've got streams going for every single game of the tournament. We're tracking our brackets. It's a lot of fun in the chat. Please chat it up. Hit that like button down below and share this link out. That's going to be the best way to bring more basketball fans here to the chat. And we're already seeing thousands of fans come into the first stream of 16 on Thursday. I'm going to let Joe take it home. We appreciate you being here.
This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. So like, subscribe, and share, because every click impacts SickKids' mission to heal the future.
Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Later on, we'll select the Smart Coaching Move of the Day, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Lexington, Kentucky, Rupp Arena. John Sadak, LaFonso Ellis, our Westwood One crew. 30-29, the 9-seed Creighton leads the 1 Auburn. The winner will take on the victor of Texas A&M and of Michigan in Atlanta in the Sweet 16. And early, it's been top-heavy for Creighton. Ashworth and McAndrew with 11 and 9. No Auburn player has more than 6.
Really balanced scoring so far for Auburn, and yet you think of Maya Neal and wow, the game he had in the opening round with a double-double, 29 points, and he's been quieted and stifled by this Auburn defense, so you need another guy to step up, and so far that's been Jackson Andrew, 3 of 4 from the three-point line.
Kalkbrenner still out there playing with 2 fouls. He sat briefly. Auburn ball front court right. Kelly dumped down low to Broom, backing in. Kalkbrenner spins and throws it to nobody. It's tipped back into play by Creighton. It's Ashworth up the floor. He feeds Neal. He erupts to the rim and he lays it home. His second score. It's 32-29. Auburn other end. Pettiford looked to Bruce Pearl for the play. He flexes his fingers with his hand down to call it. Ball screen Johnson. Up fake Pettiford. One hand flip tipped by Ashworth. Finds Broom. Broom, handoff and screen for Pettiford. Thought about a deep 3. He leaves for Broom. 10 to shoot. He eyes it. He shoots, and he misses a 3. Pettiford board, and the putback there off glass. What a role reversal.
Yeah, Pettiford has a little bit of a size advantage on the interior there on that offensive glass against a much smaller Stephen Ashworth, and able to take advantage. Shoots that over his left shoulder and in off the glass.
Jemiah Neal, base of the logo, front court left, 2.5. Clock rolls, 1-point game, 32-31. Neal, left-hand dribble, backing in on Pettiford. Fall away free throw line jumper, front lip miss, rebound Broom and Auburn. Push forward for Pettiford. He comes up the heart of the floor. Ashworth picks him up top of the key. Look left for Broom. Deliberate pass to Pettiford. Ball held aloft. Zugic ready to sub in. Kelly screen denied. Pettiford backs up. 12 to shoot. They spread the floor. Isolated against Ashworth. Now a screen from Johnson. Roll left with it. Feed the screener. Johnson one dribble. Explodes to the rim and lays it home. Auburn leads 33-32.
Yeah, he basically slipped that little ball screen to the right elbow and drove. And Janai Broom did a great job of sealing the weak side defender and able to score that one over the top.
Ashworth top of the arc, defended by the length of Kelly. Tries to take him off the dribble. Ball screen right. Kalkbrenner. He goes under. Ashworth nearly tumbles. Comes to a stop. Finds inside Green. Great up fake off Broom in the air, and he softly sinks it home, 34-33.
Yeah, Jason Green saw that his teammate was in trouble. He was at the foul line area and just beeline straight to the front of the rim. Nice pass and nice finish over the top.
1:22, clock rolls. Auburn ball front court right. Down the lane, glides Kelly, puts it up. High kiss miss, tipped by Broom, controlled by Neal. Here comes Creighton up the floor. Neal, nasty right to left crossover. He's got Denver Jones, bounce to Ashworth, touch to Kalkbrenner. Try to back in against Broom, spins end line, up fake, hook with the right hand, rattles a miss. Johnson, weak side, Auburn board.
That was really good footwork there by Kalkbrenner. Turned over his right shoulder and then a little up and under and just missed it.
Pettiford blows by Ashworth, gets to the rim, can't finish. Broom volleyballs it home. He just two-hand tipped it off the window, 35-34.
Broom able to take advantage because Kalkbrenner went to go block that shot, and that created that little alley on the right side of the rim for him to tip that one up and in.
11-second differential, 35-34. Creighton trails with the ball. Ashworth loses handle, falls down. Clutched that by Pettiford, whistle and foul. And Kelly slow to get up. It was Kelly and Pettiford who crashed to the floor with Ashworth. And it looks like Kelly got the worst of it, both with the physical harm, and it looks like he'll be whistled for the foul. We welcome those of you just joining us across our network. 29.6 seconds to go first half. It's 35-34. Auburn has the lead, but Creighton has the ball as Zugic subs back in. Green away, Baker Mazzara and Kelly away with a slight limp. Foul to Kelly is his second as well. So a 9.5-second differential. What do you want here?
Well, that's a big loss, too, because Miles Kelly can really stick it, although he's not shooting it well in this game. 1 of 5. I'd like to see Creighton just stay
inbound
with
McAndrew, left wing three. Got it! McAndrew drills his 4-3. It's 37-35. Timer off. You wanted a 3?
Did you just interrupt me in the process of saying get it to McAndrew?
I think McAndrew interrupted all of us. Auburn ball front court right. Down to deuce. The final 10 seconds of the half. Johnson screen. Pettiford denies. Drives right in the lane. Puts it up left-handed. Air ball. Caught by Zugic. Playground to Neal. Can't handle. Out of bounds. And they say it's Creighton ball. No way. How is that possible? It looked like 2 Creighton players had touched it, and there was nobody from Auburn there. Creighton can inbound 1.5 seconds. Kalkbrenner's going ahead of the field, cherry-picking at the other end. Zugic calls the break. He needs the baseball pass. He's pressured. He flips it midcourt. Ashworth, and he can't handle. Baker Mazzara knocked it free and got raked in the eye in the process. It's halftime. It is physical, and it is tight. It's Creighton 37, the number 1 overall seed, Auburn 35 at halftime.
Well, it's been the three-point line, and the efficiency from the three-point line has been so good for Creighton. 9 of 14 from 3. And McAndrew's done a phenomenal job in knocking down his threes. He's got 4 of 5 from 3 in this game.
2 ties, 13 lead changes. Neither team led by more than 4. Your halftime score, Creighton 37, Auburn 35. When we return, we'll head back to our Straight Talk Wireless studios for the halftime report. Need more data so you can stream your Jam Mix on loop? Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. For the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on retirement contributions, a very handsome reward indeed. With Robinhood Gold, your annual IRA contributions are boosted by 3%. Plus, you also get 4% APY on your cash and non-retirement accounts. That's over 8 times the national savings average. The perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% IRA boost on annual contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. Rates subject to change. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Over 8 times the national average savings account interest rate claim is based on data from the FDIC as of November 18th, 2024. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the Dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You make Hefe moves. You don't just raise the bar, you set it. You're the first one in and the last one out. You're the glue that keeps it all together. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
13 lead changes in the first 20 minutes in Lexington. Creighton, the 9th seed in the South, leads the number 1 overall seed Auburn at the half, 37-35. Welcome to the Straight Talk Wireless Studios here in Los Angeles. I'm Brad Heller. Need more data so you can stream your jam mix on loop? Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. Let's get to the scoreboard. Winner of Creighton and Auburn take on the winner of Michigan and Texas A&M. The game in Denver, the Aggies were up by 10 with 13 minutes left in regulation. What a turnaround for the Wolverines.
Donaldson trying to cross him over. 4 to shoot, 3 to shoot. Into the paint. Donaldson throws it up. Off the window and good! He didn't even see the basket. He knew the shot clock was winding down. He underhanded a prayer and somehow it rolled home. 84-79. A Michigan miracle to stretch the lead to 5.
Kevin Kugler on the call. So from down 10, a 41-19 finish for the Wolverines, and they win it 91-79. And they are going to the Sweet 16. They're headed to Atlanta. They'll face either Auburn or Creighton on Friday. Drake and Texas Tech under 3 minutes left to go in Wichita. The Red Raiders maintaining a 10-point lead, 68-58. You can hear that finish on the new Westwood One Sports app. Arkansas over St. John, 75-66. John Calipari, just the second coach to take 4 different schools to the Sweet 16, joining Lon Kruger. The Razorbacks going to San Francisco. They'll face either Texas Tech or Drake. And Purdue kicked off the day 76-62 over McNeese. The Boilermakers pretty much dominant from start to finish. Their 3rd Sweet 16 in the last 4 years. They're headed to Indy. They'll face either Houston or Gonzaga. That's the tournament scoreboard, sponsored by MaintainX. MaintainX is the asset and maintenance app that brings your unplanned downtime to 0. Try for free at maintainx.com/MVP. That's maintain and the letter x.com/MVP. Creighton leads Auburn at the half, 37-35. Coming up, an interview with Tennessee head coach Rick Barnes before his Volunteers take on UCLA. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the 2nd largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 4/15/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Protect your vehicle's engine with Syntec and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec Premium Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines. Right now, get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and the MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $32.99. In-store only, limit supplies. See store for details. Choose Syntec exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
And that is why many of the greatest feats of fandom require you to be on your feet. Any questions?
Professor, NCAA men's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to show up, show out, give it 110 from tip to the final buzzer? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MVB tickets.
When the grass starts growing, it's time to get mowing with Steel. Whether you're shaping up a small yard or tackling serious acreage, Steel mowers are built to get the job done. Shop in-store or online for 0% financing and instant rebates on select Steel mowers. Steel, let's go mow. Available for limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships.
Yo, it's Jacob Hester from Off Campus on College Sports Radio. For full breakdowns of this game and more, tune in weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern on Channel 84 or anytime on the SiriusXM app.
Auburn and Creighton are at the half in Lexington. Coming up next at Rupp Arena, Tennessee, the 2 seed in the Midwest, takes on the 7 seed UCLA. Both teams are coming off double-digit wins on Thursday. The Volunteers by 15 over Wofford, while the Bruins held Utah State to 47 points in a 25-point win. Mick Cronin's team can now get to a 4th Sweet 16 in the last 5 years, while the Vols have never been to 3 in a row. We'll see if that will change today. Here's head coach Rick Barnes with our John Sadak.
Your vote tonight at UCLA. Mick Cronin's defense has been deadly. What is it about this group? How do they shut opponents down?
Well, very good ball pressure. Very, very, very good with their hands. They're very handsy. They really try to deflect the basketball. They do a really good job getting in their gaps and, again, making plays with their hands in the gap. They really a hard gap team, and they've got good length, and they work hard at guarding the basketball. And mixed teams have always been that way, and you know that when you play them that you're going to have to fight each possession because it's not easy.
There's limited history between Tennessee and UCLA. You have to go back to the Gene Bartow era. But 2019 could have been a near miss of you being on the other sideline and mentoring at Westwood. How close a call was that you might have been in blue and gold instead of in orange?
Well, it was close. It really was close. And, I will say this. Spent a lot of time in prayer. And we just felt in the end that God had put us in Knoxville for a reason. We hadn't finished the job there, and that really what it got down to. And it was an honor to be considered for that position. I'd really gotten to know Coach Wooden well in his latter years. I've got some wonderful photos of myself and my son in his condo with him, and some memorabilia stuff that he signed for me. I didn't ask him for it, but he said, "But I want you to have it." And have it. Actually, one of my prize things is a practice at 1967 with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as a player, and he gave me some neat stuff that I keep it away from everything else because of the fact that just is an honor to get to know him and spend some time, have some break bread with him. But a lot of prayer went into that decision, and I'm thankful that God gave me the opportunity he has at Tennessee.
Biggest keys to getting to that second weekend, getting a win against UCLA?
I think in all games it's transition defense, which means you got to take care of the ball and not let a team as talented as UCLA to get out in the open court, because they're like any good team. They're going to take advantage of that. In the lane, they're a heavy lane team. They love to play inside-out basketball, and they've got post guys that can score, post guys that can pass from there. They've got one player that it looks like it really likes to come off and maybe will pull up off the dribble. Their other three seem to be more inside-out, which are high percentage shots, and they pass the ball well. So it's going to take a great effort. Every possession matters, and offensively, we've got to do what we do, but they're going to switch a lot. We've played against teams that do that, which is hard, but it's something that this time of year, we've seen pretty much everything I think you can see. They have too, and so it's going to get down to execution. And obviously, if you ask me one key, if you told me today that we're going to make a lot of shots, I'd feel good if you could guarantee me that.
Coach Barnes, thank you kindly. Best of luck to your Volunteers.
All right, thank you.
All right, we'll send you back to the arena when we return. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
Riley Herbst here from 2311 Racing. Looking for fast fun? Go for a spin at Chumba Casino. Racing's fast, but Chumba takes it up a notch. Nothing beats the rush of those high-speed spins. Big thrills, daily bonus boosts, action-packed games. Chumba's got it all to keep you in the fast lane. Ready to race? Let's Chumba. Pit stop at ChumbaCasino.com and play today.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Traveling in basketball? Bad move. Traveling the world? Great move. Wherever the road takes you, Best Western is your place to take a time out and catch your breath. Because every team needs a place to regroup. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Best Western. Book direct and save at bestwestern.com.
You can just move through life, or you can find the things that move you. It's your choice. Choose joy. Choose the road. Choose your shot. Take it. Choose to get in there. Choose your calling. Choose your path. Just choose. We craft cars for those who choose to do more than simply move. You know who you are. Mazda. Move and be moved.
I wake up. Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's with limited time savings on the supplies pros need. Get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, save an additional $100 on every $1,000 you spend on select major appliances. And don't miss your chance to activate and earn 3 times the points on select DeWalt and Klein tools. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 3/28. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See associate or Lowe's.com for more details on qualifying items.
Welcome back to Rupp Arena, Lexington, Kentucky. John Sadak and former Notre Dame great LaFonso Ellis, along with our Westwood One crew. At halftime, it's Creighton 37, Auburn 35. We check the halftime stats. Sponsored by Barbasol. Barbasol Shaving Cream delivers a thick lather and close, comfortable shave for half the price of gels. Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol. Creighton getting 12 from Jackson McAndrews, nailed 4 threes, 11 points and 5 dimes from Stephen Ashworth for Auburn, 8 and 5 off the bench for Chaney Johnson in just 11 and a half minutes. Janai Broom, 7 rebounds, but only 4 points and 2 of 8 shooting. The critical stat, Creighton 9 made threes and 14 attempts. For context, Auburn, just outside of the top 5 of the country in three-point defense, has only allowed 9 or more three-pointers in a game 3 times all year, twice directly at 9, and went 0-3 in all those games.
Yeah, part of that is they've had a tough time tracking Creighton down in transition. So you and I have been talking all weekend about three-point shot quality. The quality of the looks that Creighton's been able to get from the three-point line have been step-in threes. Those are high-percentage threes. That's why they're 9-14.
Now, keep in mind, Auburn is only down a couple of points. They're outscoring Creighton in the paint 22-8, second chance 13-2, and bench points 15-3.
Well, we said coming in the game that Creighton had to limit the number of easy opportunities that Auburn has gotten, and that's limiting your turnovers, but they've been able to get some off of turnovers and keeping this Auburn team off the offensive glass. Right now, they have 13 second chance points and 7 off turnovers. That's 20 of the 35 points they have. They've been phenomenal in that phase.
What a contrast it's been. 2 ties, 13 lead changes. Neither team is led by more than 4 points. Your halftime score, 37-35. The 9-seed Creighton leads the number 1 overall seed, the Auburn Tigers. The second half heads your way next. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Listen up, fellow Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. Let's do it again and get vaccinated, because we're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit VaxAssist.com and schedule a vaccine today. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Protect your vehicle's engine with Syntec and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec Premium Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines. Right now, get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and the MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $32.99. In-store only, limit supplies. See store for details. Choose Syntec exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Westwood One presents Great Moments in Tournament History.
March 23rd, 1957, the championship game between number 1 North Carolina and second-ranked Kansas, who were led by a sophomore sensation at center.
Will Chamberlain with the ball, passes out to Parker, 2:30 left to go. Pass off to Billings. Billings starts to shoot, gives to Parker. Unable to feed Chamberlain, gives off to Gene Elston. He shoots from 20 feet. No good. The ball is tipped forward, taken by Chamberlain. Shoots. Good! Chamberlain scores!
2 of Wilt's game-high 23 points, but the Jayhawks and Tar Heels went down to the wire. It was tied at 46 after regulation, 48-48 after 1 overtime, and still tied after a second extra session. But with 6 seconds left in the third OT, Joe Quigg hit a pair of free throws to give Frank McGuire's Carolina club a 54-53 win in the longest game ever played for the title. With another great moment in tournament history, I'm Kevin Kugler.
Back in Rupp Arena, 37-35. Creighton leads Auburn. We close in on the start of the second half. Time now to connect with our analyst for the second half keys, sponsored by Wago. Trust your game, trust your wiring with Wago Electrical Connectors. Gear up at wago.com/hoops for your next electrical project. All right, my partner, LaFonso Ellis. Let's start with the Creighton Blue Jays.
A lot more of the same. Continue to be efficient from the three-point line. 9 of 14 from 3 in the first half. Don't need to be that efficient, but somewhere around 40% to put themselves in position to win this game. And for the Auburn Tigers, they've got to get Janai Broome going. This dude is averaging 19 points a game, only 4 in the first half from 2 of 8 shooting. They've got to get their All-American going.
And we'll see what erupts as the second comes calling. Just as we came back, the Creighton point man, Stephen Ashworth, was having extended dialogue with veteran official Doug Sermons, seemingly with much better conditions and conversation about the contact on the three-point shot in the opening stanza. We've also seen Ryan Kalkbrenner stretching significantly and having long dialogue with his head coach right at center court.
Yeah, he didn't even go through warm-ups in his 4 minutes that they got to warm up, so it's going to be an interesting thing to watch. I hope he's okay.
And so Kalkbrenner, who has missed an NCAA tournament game due to injury, Creighton all-time with Kalkbrenner is 3-0 in round of 32 games to go to the Sweet 16. The exception came in 2022. He was injured in the first round game against San Diego State, did not play in the second round, and Creighton got bounced.
Yeah, it takes away all of your rim protection, and that's a plus for Auburn because now Janai Broome can go to work on the interior, and now the guards can be aggressive driving to the rim because they know that there's no backside help.
Time now for the start of the second half, sponsored by Indeed.com. You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast, easy? Just use Indeed. Start at Indeed.com/credit. Auburn clad in white, Creighton in blue. Sideline entry green for Creighton. He flicks backcourt left for Ashworth. He dribbles up. Picked up by Denver Jones. Underway in the second. Creighton leads 37-35. Ball screen, Kalkbrenner. Ashworth rolling to his right, alley-oop to Kalkbrenner in between, couldn't handle, gives it away to Auburn. Broome up the floor. Baker Mazar was screaming for it left corner. Jones up top, pops a three. Got it! Rattle it down! Auburn only hit 3 threes in the first. It takes a 38-37 lead.
Yeah, 2 defensive players went to the basketball on the right side of the floor and left him wide open at the top, and he drills it for 3.
Jemiah Neal sprints to the ball, guarded by Kelly with 2 fouls in the first. He had a poor shooting showing. Neal briefly doubled, holding a left foot pivot, looking for help. Bounce to Kalkbrenner outside right. Spinning to face, 10 to shoot. Picks up the pound, 8 to shoot, looking for help. Smothered by Broom, lead for a Curly Neal. 5 to shoot, he drives to the rim, puts it up mid-lane. Not there, but a big foul. That'll be Kelly's third, 53 seconds into the second half.
He's able to come off, Jemai Neal, able to come off that little screen from Kalkbrenner and attack the right elbow and able to get in the lane and draw that foul. But that is a big, big foul there on Miles Kelly because he's an excellent three-point shooter, shooting 39% on the year.
And Kelly with 7 threes in their first-round win of Alabama State. Neal misses the first free throw. Creighton is 0 for 3 at the line. Robinhood Gold gets you a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions. The new gold standard is here. Sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Kelly remains in the game with 3 fouls.
Surprised by that one.
Second free throw is a make. Auburn up the floor right to left, tied at 38.
Because he's Auburn's best shooter.
That's a bit of a roll of the dice for Bruce Pearl. Tiger ball front court left. Baker Mazzara behind a Cardwell screen. Drives left to the lane. Running shot left hand is good.
Yeah, able to come off a little bit of a screen at the top and get to his left hand down the lane against McAndrew and able to lay it in on the left side.
Ashworth on the end, outside right on a Kalkbrenner pick. Chest pass right, Neal rhythm 3. No good. Weak side, it's won by Green and Creighton. Trying to back in over Denver Jones. Rattles it home. Tied at 40.
Yeah, Jason Green was able to rebound that on the left side and realized that he had a much smaller Denver Jones and just backed him down into the middle of the lane. Little shot over his left shoulder and in.
Jones up the floor. Look up top to Cardell. Return to Jones. Ashworth slops off. Jones thought about a shot. Instead, rolls left on a Cardwell screen. Elbow jumper on the way. Rim and glass miss. Hard collision. Loose ball. Whistle and foul on the floor as Broom bumped with McAndrew.
Yeah,
they're going to give the foul to Green.
Yeah, Janai Broom had inside position there on Jason Green and able to pick up that foul.
Now it'll be 2 on Green. Almost 2 minutes gone. Second half. Tied at 40. 1 foul apiece. Broom lingers on the right wing. Entry Cardwell flicks to Broom on the wing right. Up top to Jones, handoff Baker Mazzara. McAndrew on him, hard ball screen Broom. Baker Mazzara, hoisted hit. Drains the right wing 3, 43-40.
Yeah, what they're doing right now is put Andrew in actions, and that time a little handoff to a flare screen, and he's able to knock that 3 down.
Ashworth outside left, just north of the Creighton bench, front court right. Over 2 minutes gone to the second. He circles, driving out a big and Cardwell. Drives end line, kick to Green. He slithers to the rim, up fake, goes strong. Cardwell alters, won by Broom at Auburn. Did not catch rim nor glass. Jones up the floor. Hard ball screen. Nasty right to left crossover. Bump shoulders in the lane with Ashworth and backs out. Waist high dribble with the right hand. 43-40. Auburn the lead of the ball. 2.5 minutes gone to the second. Jones outside right. 13 to shoot. Flicks it up top to Baker Mazzara. McAndrew smothers him. He crosses him over. Behind the back move. 7 to shoot. Up top behind a Cardell's screen. 3 ball. He got bumped. No call. Air ball out of bounds. Oh, it looked like Baker Mazzara got hit by McAndrew, and it's Creighton ball.
Well, and given the cylinder rule to try to protect an airborne shooter, I thought McAndrew moved into his area, and I thought that should have been a foul.
I mean, he hip-checked it.
Yes. Missed opportunity there by the official. But what they're doing right now is they're picking on McAndrew and putting him in actions and making him defend.
Kelly is out, Pettiford in. Creighton ball front court right. Auburn up 3. Bounce to Green outside right. Kalkbrenner trying to post. Cardell tries to front. Green takes Broom into the paint. Picks it up. Bounce lead for Neal outside right. Fake right. Holding. 11 to shoot. By the Kalkbrenner screen. 10 to shoot. Up top. Screen on Denver Jones. On the switch, he's got Cardell. 5 to shoot. Right to left crossover to the free throw line. Step back. Fall away elbow. Jumper. Rim and glass miss. Rebound Baker Mazzara. Auburn. Up the floor, headman tipped by an alert Jason Green. He played DB as that was destined for Cardell. Out of bounds, 24 to shoot.
It's a really nice job by Green being aware, because if that ball would have gotten through, that would have been an easy dunk for Cardwell.
Baseline trigger to come. Broom with the call. Jones in the right corner. Cardwell fed inside the arc left. Lead for Baker Mazzara. Picks up the pound, feeds Broom up top, give it a 3, he takes it, rim and glass miss, and over the back for Dylan Cardwell. That'll be a foul, his second.
Yeah, Jason Green did a really nice job of backing up to box out Cardwell to eliminate the height difference between the two, and the official catches him. That's a good call by the official.
Chaney Johnson subs in, Cardwell out. So it's Creighton ball left to right, 43-40. Auburn leaves, 16:31 to go in the second half. Entry to Ashworth. Auburn playing in the half court. Ashworth gets across, picked up by Jones. Outside left. Ball screen Neal. He gets fed up top. Overplay by Pettiford. Double comes. Caught dribble by Neal, maintains. McAndrew, deep three! Hits heel, miss. Rebound, Kalkbrenner. Goes strong, drop step, hook left hand is good. Over Broome, it's a 1-point game.
Able to offensive rebound that one over the top. A little drop step to the middle, and the left hook over the right shoulder. That was pretty.
His third made bucket. He's got 7 points. Baker Mazzara outside right. Zigzag, drives down the lane, puts it up left hand. Got it, a foul! A blazing take by Baker Mazzara, and a chance at a 3-point play.
Yeah, Auburn thinks they have a mismatch out there on the floor with Jackson McAndrew guarding Chad Baker Mazzara. And every time he sees him, he takes him to the right. That time to his left and lays it in with his left hand.
Foul to Green, his third time out of the court, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. You could save big when you bundle your auto, home, motorcycle, RV, or boat. Visit Progressive.com. Your score, Auburn 45, Creighton 42, 15:58 to go second half. For the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on retirement contributions, a very handsome reward indeed. With Robinhood Gold, your annual IRA contributions are boosted by 3%. Plus, you also get 4% APY on your cash and non-retirement accounts. That's over 8 times the national savings average. The perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% IRA boost on annual contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. Rates subject to change. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Over 8 times the national average savings account interest rate claim is based on data from the FDIC as of November 18th, 2024. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Tyler Reddick here from 2311 Racing. Looking for fast fun? Go for a spin at Chumba Casino. Racing's fast, but Chumba takes it up a notch. Nothing beats the rush of those high-speed spins. Big thrills, daily bonus boosts, action-packed games. Chumba's got it all to keep you in the fast lane. Ready to race? Let's Chumba. Pit stop at ChumbaCasino.com and play today.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Traveling in basketball? Bad move. Traveling the world? Great move. Wherever the road takes you, Best Western is your place to take a time out and catch your breath. Because every team needs a place to regroup. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Best Western. Book direct and save at bestwestern.com.
John Sadak, LaFonso Ellis here at our Grainger broadcast position. Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky. Stay on top of your game with Grainger. Get the industrial-grade products right when you need them to help your business move forward when you call 1-800-GRAINGER or click Grainger.com. 15:58 to go, second half. The number 1 overall seed, Auburn Tigers, a 45-42 lead on the 9-seed Creighton Blue Jays. But Auburn X Factor, a young man that you've highlighted in both games, Chad Baker Mazzara, has erupted. He has 7 of Auburn's 10 in the second half, and he now co-leads the game with 12 points.
Yeah, he's an emotional type of player and sometimes can be volatile, but when he's locked in and right, he's hard to deal with. 6'7", 6'8", shoots the three, can drive it, can make plays, and is athletic as all get out. And they recognize right now that they have an advantage with Jackson McAndrew guarding him, so they're taking McAndrew every time Baker Mazzara gets it in his hands.
And 1 free throw line left. Left-handed shot in the air short. All fired. Rebound McAndrew and Creighton. Foul went to Jason Green as his third. So 2 on Creighton, 2 on Auburn. Creighton ball front court right. Kalkbrenner up top, back to the basket. Defended by Broome, spinning on a left foot pivot. Looking for some help. Ashworth comes to him. He hands off at the logo. 14 to shoot. Spin on the Kalkbrenner screen. He's got Broome on a switch. Ashworth takes him off the bounce. Kalkbrenner creates space. Pass up top. Neal, rhythm 3 on high. Got it! Tied at 45. We welcome those of you just joining us across our network. 15:28 clock rolling, second half, tied at 45. It's Auburn and Creighton for the right to face the winner of Texas A&M and Michigan in the Sweet 16. Auburn ball front court left. Broom tries to thread the needle. Pass Baker Mazzara. Playground off the face of Zugic. He was falling out of bounds, and he two-hand snapped it right off the schnoz of Zugic.
Ouch, hit him more in the chin. I'm glad it didn't hit him in the nose because his nose would have been bleeding over there. And then Chad Baker Mazzara ran into some cameras over there. I'm glad he's okay.
Auburn entry, 18 to shoot. Up top, it's Pettiford. Chest pass left end for Jones. Driving on Ashworth. Floater, teardrop, miss. Loose on the deck. Won by Broom. Tied up by McAndrew. And a jump ball. It'll be Auburn ball with only 8 to shoot as McAndrew locked horns with one of the best rebounders in America.
Boy, the energy, the intensity, the fight in this game has been remarkable.
And now Greg McDermott has something to say about the play. Doug Sermon's coming over to try to say we got to play on, but now is converging to communicate about the play. And it's about the reset of the timer, it would appear, which is back to 20. Baker Mazzara, bounce pass, Johnson left block, double comes. Touch pass, Pettiford left side, sidestep right, pops a three, got it! He shook Ashworth, Auburn by 3.
Ashworth had to help out in the lane, and that's why he was late getting to that little ball fake slide step, and he knocks that one down.
Ashworth between the rings, double screen, rolling right. Gives to Neal, wide open, wing 3, got it! He's getting hot, and it's tied at 48.
Yeah, Janai Broom helped off into the middle of the floor, and Jemiah Neal just replaced and able to knock down that 3 just right up straight on.
He's the third Blue Jay to double figures, and now he knocks the ball free from Pettiford and off Pettiford to the Auburn bench out of bounds, and Bruce Pearl is on fire, screaming red-faced at Pettiford after the Auburn turnover.
Well, he's upset with Pettiford because he wanted Pettiford to use the screen, and instead he refused it, danced with it, and lost the ball out of bounds.
Creighton into the front court right. What a ball game we have here in Lexington, tied at 48. Bounce to Kalkbrenner, isolated against Broom, off the left block, three-quarter, dropping that left shoulder, backs him in, gets under the cup, whistle and foul! He was losing his footing on a pull-the-chair move, but the whistle came, and that's Broom with his first.
Yeah, and it looks like Bruce Pearl is going to allow him to play defensively against Kalkbrenner one-on-one inside, and Kalkbrenner doing exactly what he should do, taking his time and backing him down right to the middle of the floor.
And Kalkbrenner in the act. He's top 5 in the Big East in free throw attempts, 68%. Front end in the air and good. Do you like your protein crunchy, chewy, salty, or sweet? If you've got goals, Quest has cheats. From bars to protein milkshakes to chips and crackers, Quest Nutrition is big on protein, low on sugar, and huge on flavor. It's basically cheating. Second free throw and make. It's 50-48 Creighton. Auburn ball right to left.
And if Creighton can stay with that and Kalkbrenner can continue to score, to force Auburn to have to double, and that'll open up some threes on the weak side of the floor.
Baker Mazzara drives, floater mid-lane. Go to the foul! Oh, he duped Zugic, who leaned into him, and he might have sold it a bit. With a dive down to the floor, he'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Yeah, a little ball screen there by Broom. He's able to get to his left hand. So whether it's Zugic, whether it's McAndrew, they are going at those guys. And right now, Chad Baker Mazzara has got it going. 14 points in this game.
This is the 7th tie that we have seen. We've also had 15 lead changes in this game. So Broom subs out, foul to Zugic, his second. Baker Mazzara line left, third best free throw shooter in the SEC at 89%. To snap the deadlock. It's a 16th lead change.
When Chad Baker Mazzara is locked in on both ends of the floor, it takes this Auburn team to another level.
He's got 15 to lead the game. Creighton ball front court right. They lived on threes in the first. They've only hit 2 so far in the second. Ashworth outside left. Lob picked off by Johnson. Lead for Pettiford. Auburn on the run. Baker Mazzara screaming, waving for the ball in the right wing. They'll back it out and run offense. Pettiford drifts to his right. 13:39 clock rolls. Auburn by 1. Baker Mazzara behind a Cardwell screen. Neal over top. Baker Mazzara loses him. Gets to the rim. Whacked at by Neal. Whistle and fouls. The shot fell short.
Yeah, whether it's dribble handoff, ball screen, or isolation situations, right now the offense for Auburn is to get the ball into Chad Baker Mazzara's hands, and he's been making excellent decisions, whether it be pulling up from 3 or getting to his float game. In the last 2 possessions, he's been able to get to the rack, able to draw a foul there, and 2 free throws coming here.
The foul to Neal is his first. And one of Creighton's goals, they're whistled the least of any team in America, less than 11 fouls a game. Greg McDermott says they want to make more free throws than the opponent takes. Each team is 3 of 6 right now. Baker Mazar, line left, shooting 2. 4 fouls on Creighton, 3 on Auburn this half. First is in the air and good. Get good at money so you can be a little bad. Invest well at empowered.com. Baker Mazzara was grimacing visibly.
Yeah, something's going on with his right hip. He keeps kind of grabbing at it. It'll be interesting to see how that goes for the balance of this game because they certainly need him. He's having an outstanding game.
Second free throw is good. Auburn ahead by 3. Creighton ball left to right.
Yeah, he's hurting.
Oh, and he's collapsing down to the floor, grimacing significantly, and again, pointing at that right hip. He is flexing that right leg now on a seated position right at the March Madness logo.
Oh, boy, you just hate to see that.
Ja'Kai Howard is going to get, I believe, his first minutes of the game to take his spot. And Baker Mazzara getting heavy help from a pair of teammates, Johnson and Jones, on either arm, and he's putting almost no weight on that right foot.
Looks like that right side is just locked up on him.
He limps independently as he arrives at the bench, but he is not moving well at all.
Wow. That's so unfortunate. Hopefully he can shake it off and get back in this game because he's been masterful. 17 points in this game, 10 of them coming here in the second half.
Creighton ball in the front court right. Ashworth sees the seam, glides to the cup, rushes the shot off glass and rim, poked by Pettiford, funneled forward to Johnson. Auburn ball. Up by 3, can they balloon the lead? We have not seen an advantage larger than 4 on either side. Johnson, lead for Jones. He drives, step back, pops a 3, got it! Auburn by 6! Ashworth up the floor, sideline catch with Neal. Outside left, guarded by Howard, takes him off the bounce. Step back, thought about a long 2. Ashworth cutting space in the heart of the lane. Kalkbrenner surveys. Defender tumbles underneath. Neal pops a contested 3. It's an air ball short. Saved by Kalkbrenner. No, he steps out of bounds. Neal thought it was tipped. It's an 8-0 run by Auburn, and things are getting a little bonkers out there.
Yeah, and Neal had Jackson McAndrew wide open underneath the basket and just didn't see him. If he would have seen him, would have had a dunk underneath.
Here comes Auburn up the floor. Denver Jones on the pound. Largest advantage we've seen of the game. Auburn on an 8-0 run. Jones right down the lane. Great lead down low. Two-hand jam right through the shot blocker. Dylan Cardwell dunks it home. We'll get a timeout. 12:27 to go in the second half. And Auburn on a 10-0 run. The Tigers with a 58-50 lead on Creighton. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, Spruce, Spruce.
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for you.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Are you checking your bracket during the commercial break like the rest of us? Thanks for chatting it up and enjoying this March Madness live hangout with us. So why...
Hey, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate you being here. Please take a second, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the bell so you don't miss it when we go live for every single college basketball game of March Madness. Every single game. Speaking of which, I've got to start that next stream right now. We'll see you back in the chat. Good luck to your team.
Assist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Paying rent can feel like throwing money away. And when you're spending so much, it can be hard to see yourself buying a home. So Rocket Mortgage is helping you put your monthly rent towards home ownership with Rent Rewards. For the first time, save up to $5,000 off the cost of your first home just by paying rent. Only at Rocket Mortgage. Call 800-4ROCKET or visit rocket.com to find out more.
Rocket Mortgage, LLC. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Number 3030.
Hi, it's me, your USPS Ground Advantage shipment. Just left the warehouse.
I know. Just got the notification.
Made it.
Yes, I know. I get all the updates.
Stay in the know with USPS Ground Advantage service. Visit USPS.com/in-the-know.
So, your small business is outgrowing your garage. You could go online, find a space, and get catfished. Or you could work with an agent who's a realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
Download the official NCAA March Madness live app, and you can listen to every Westwood One broadcast of the men's and women's basketball tournament for free. Just look for the headphones icon on any live game. And if you're in the car, it seamlessly integrates with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Get the official NCAA March Madness live app today. 10-0 run. Auburn has a game-high 58-50 lead on Creighton. 12:27 to go second half. And LaFonso Ellis, you're seeing the shooting separate from Auburn, along with their ability to isolate and drive.
Yeah, in the first half, they were 3-11 from the three-point line. Here in the second half, 4 of 6. And what they're doing is whoever Jackson McAndrew is guarding on the perimeter or whoever Zukic is guarding out there, they're just going 5 out and they're driving those guys. And that's a really good chess move by Bruce Pearl because his wings have a foot speed advantage on both of those guys.
Jason Green had handled better, but he's on the bench with 3 fouls. Creighton ball front court right out of its called timeout. Zukic outside left. Ashworth comes to the ball. Overplay by Jones, helped by Cardwell. McAndrew springs free, top of the key, dump down low. Kalkbrenner, two-head jam. Johnson overplayed, 6-point game.
Yeah, raised all 4 other guys, which allowed Ryan Kalkbrenner to be one-on-one inside. C.J. Chaney Johnson tried to front it, threw it over the top. Easy dunk there.
Jones pushes off Ashworth, whistle, an offensive foul. Jones thought he got hit, but he has whistled for his second to create an elbow jumper. We'll get a timeout on the floor. Your score, 11:55 to go in the second. Auburn 58, Creighton 52. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Lowe's knows what makes SpringFest savings even better are member-only doorbuster deals. Right now, rewards members can save $40 on an Allen & Roth Chesler Gold faucet. Was $99, now $59. Plus, save $110 on a Cobalt 40-volt battery trimmer and blower combo kit. Was $279, now $169. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 3/24 while supplies last. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Progressive understands that bond between you and your boat. But imagine if something happened to it. Without the boat, you're just Tina with too much boat knowledge. Sure, it's helpful on the water, but with no boat, you're someone who talks way too much about knots, and no one cares what a jib is anyway. Boat Tina could get away with it because she has a boat. So make sure your boat is insured. Get Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer, and then go back to being you, Tina, who owns a boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
Let's check the attendance, sponsored by Uber Eats. Uber Eats is delivering game day deals from hundreds of your local favorites all week. Order now on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details. There are 18,125 in attendance here, Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky.
We're going to need a little Uber Eats after the game tonight, big boy.
I think so. I think we might even need it during the course of this. It is a 58-52 Auburn lead on Creighton. 11:55 to go in the second half. Chad Baker-Mazzara had a dozen of Auburn's first 18 in the second half, but he subbed out at the 13:32 mark in significant pain, limping dramatically. He just now returns to the Auburn bench with a series of low fives and seems to be walking more cleanly. He has a giant ice pack buried in his shorts right on his right hip. Creighton into the front court right. Zukic outside left. Kalkbrenner trying to post. They lob it to him. He catches. His defender falls, and he banks it home. Cardwell just lost his footing, 4-point game. We welcome those of you just joining us across our network. 11:37 to go, second half. It's been a tight back-and-forth game. Auburn 58, Creighton 54. Cardwell up top. Looks outside right for Howard. Return to Cardwell. Broom on the bench. Jones floats at middle lane. Got it. That's been a pretty game.
Yeah, a little handoff action there from Dylan Cardwell. His defender was chasing, allowed him to be able to get in the lane with that floater.
Auburn has hit its last 5 from the field. Left wing Ashworth 3 is off glass and rim miss. Out of bounds McAndrew. Ashworth got hit, and it will be Auburn ball. And now Broom to the table. He's going to sub in for Cardwell here, and Kelly comes back. Kelly was terrific in the first round eventual blowout, but he's 1 of 7 shooting in this game. And Broom, a sluggish start. He's 2 of 9 for 4 points.
Yeah, it's been tough, especially for Miles Kelly to be able to get any airspace, to get any clean looks. And for Janai Broom, we talked about Ryan Kalkbrenner's presence inside. His length has surely bothered the All-American.
It's Auburn ball, front court left. Broom up top, his first minutes in a bit. Flicks it to Pettiford, left wing. Quick close by Ashworth. Ball screen right, Johnson. Roll with it. On a switch, he's got McAndrew. He drives, floater right of the lane is good. Those floaters are there for Auburn. It's 62-54.
Yeah, that little hesitation dribble froze his defender, and he was able to get that one over the top.
Creighton ball, front court right. Kalkbrenner up top. Looks to his right for Neal. Neal felt the double. It sloughs off. One-on-one, he's got Pettiford. Outside left, feed into the corner for Kalkbrenner, trying to back in on Broom. Isolated, back in, kick to Neal. Quick close by Pettiford, and a whistle and foul as Neal exploded to the rim. Pettiford hit him. That'll be his first.
Yeah, Kalkbrenner doing a nice job of crab dribbling to the middle of the floor. Pettiford had to help just a little bit, and then he kicked that one out, not able to close in balance, picking up that foul.
Kalkbrenner now has a team-high 13 for Creighton. He has scored their last 6. Zugic, entry to Ashworth. He was the hot hand early from deep. Ball screen, Kalkbrenner. Snaps a chest pass to Neal, right corner. Up the wing right, dump to Kalkbrenner. Isolated against Broom, spin to face. Now backs him in, dropping that right shoulder. Backs him in, whistle and foul. With 7 on the timer, and that's now going to be 2. And both times it's come while defending Kalkbrenner.
Yeah, Janai Broom is actually in good defensive position as Kalkbrenner is backing him down, but at the last moment he's reaching that arm around, and that's exactly what the official is seeing. That's a good call.
So now 6 fouls on Auburn. Creighton will have bonus in its favor the rest of the way with 10-11 to go.
And if I'm Creighton, I'm throwing that basketball inside to Kalkbrenner, or I'm driving it to the rack to get some easy opportunities at the foul line.
Johnson fronts against Ashworth, 20 on the timer. Ashworth surveys. Tall lob brought in by Kalkbrenner outside right. Spin to face against Broom. Given the isolation. Look middle for Neal. Neal, jab step. Establishes the dribble. Picked up on the switch by Broom. Kalkbrenner wants it down low. He's sealed off. Zugic lying in wait left corner. 5 to shoot. Bounce to Ashworth. 4 to shoot. A deep NBA 3. Wedged. Glass in the rim. Down into the clutches of Jones. Auburn ball. Race up the floor. Pettiford outside right in front of the Auburn bench. 9:40 clock rolls. 62-54 Auburn. Pettiford races left side of the paint. Ashworth steps up to greet him. He drags him long 2. Step back inside the arc. Rim and miss. Great box by Kalkbrenner. Rebound McAndrew. Blue Jays up the floor. Zugic surveys. His first touch in a while. McAndrew cuts. Give to Kalkbrenner outside left. Kalkbrenner looking, holding a left foot pivot, 16 to shoot. He hands off to Ashworth, close out on help by Broom. Bounce to Kalkbrenner, disrupted by Johnson out of bounds, who had last touch. Looks like it'll be Creighton ball 11 to shoot, deep baseline entry. And Green comes back in. He's been on the bench with 3 fouls for some time.
It's a good time to get him back in because they could use his length and strength at 6'8". 220 pounds. He's got a little bounce to him, too. He's a little bit better defender out on the perimeter.
Jason Green takes the spot of Zugic. Far baseline entry kicked by Auburn. So the timer will go back to 20. That aids Creighton. Entry at the same spot, far side. Baseline tucked deep. Cardwell will sub back in. And he'll take Johnson's spot. Cardwell had a strong first half. His physicality was impactful.
He did. He was on that offensive glass and able to, if shots that he didn't block, he was able to deter them at the rim.
And he is bodying up Kalkbrenner on the left block.
Right.
Ashworth trying to get it to Kalkbrenner. Feeds him on a bounce. Spin to face just inside the arc. Hand off Ashworth. Had some slippery hands early. Nearly coughed it up. Now on the drive down the lane. Rejected by Cardwell. Nearly stepped on him out of bounds. Ball out of play. It'll be Creighton ball, no possession exchange, 10 to shoot.
It's amazing. Dylan Cardwell was beaten off the dribble, and he has the unique ability to be able to, as soon as you let that basketball go, able to pin that on the glass. That's an exceptional play.
Neal calls the break. McAndrew sprung free underneath. He can't see him. Broom is fronting. Long lob. Kalkbrenner all the way up top. On a switch, he has Jones. McAndrew saying, give it to me. I'm in the lane. Lob goes to him. Drop step. Spin. Kick corner. Green, 1 second. Pops it up. Off fire and miss. Rebound Auburn and Broom.
It's a really good defensive possession because McAndrew had it at point-blank range, but able to deter him.
That was Bruce Pearl's challenge to his team after a sluggish Alabama State game. Did you value every possession at both ends? 14 to shoot. Auburn taking a breath. 8:30 clock rolls. 62-54 Auburn. Lob to Broom. Whistle and foul on the floor on Green. That's number 4 as he defended him just inside the arc right.
Well, that's just not a smart play from Jason Green. He had Janai Broom 7 feet off of the box. Once you can get a guy off the low box, you've done your job. Let him catch it out there and then play him straight up. That's a really poor decision by him.
Trout comes back in, and Green's going to stay in the game with 4 fouls?
With 8 minutes to go, he feels like he's got to roll the dice being down 8 right now because anyone else, Auburn's been able to take off the dribble.
Off the entry, Pettiford up top. Kelly denied hard by Neal on the right wing. Pettiford off a Broom screen. Floats it over Kalkbrenner. Got it. That's hard to do. It's 64-54. Double digits for the first time. Touchdown pass to Kalkbrenner. Trying to back in against Cardwell. Hook with the right hand is no good. Rebound Pettiford. Auburn's on a 16-4 run to claim a game-high 10-point lead. Pettiford just inside of the timeline. Dead ball means immediate. Cardwell up top. Broom wants it left wing. Cardwell handoff Pettiford, defended by Ashworth. 8 to shoot. They need a shot. Screen left Broom. Flick back to Broom. He steps inside. He floats it up. It's off the glass. Miss. Rebound. The putback as the timer hits. Red line on. Broom puts it home. Timeout Auburn. It's an 18-4 run and a 12-point lead.
That'll say 30-second timeout.
And Cardwell is slow to get up. He is pointing at his right knee. There's a timeout on the court. Your score, Auburn 66, Creighton 54, Trainers to Cardwell. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Ball above all. Am I right, y'all? Any questions?
What's up, insiders, basketball fans all over the world? Thank you so much for hanging out with us today during March Madness. Oh man, we're having so much fun. We've got streams going for every single game of the tournament. We're tracking our brackets. It's a lot of fun in the chat. Please chat it up. Hit that like button down below and share this link out. That's going to be the best way to bring more basketball fans here to the chat. And we're already seeing thousands of fans come into the first stream of 16 on Thursday. I'm going to let Joe take it home. We appreciate you being here.
This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. So like, subscribe, and share, because every click impacts SickKids' mission to heal the future.
Performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy.
Just use Indeed. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed sponsored jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Let's check some of the stats sponsored by Intuit TurboTax. With TurboTax, Now Taxes is getting an expert who files your taxes for you so you can stay locked in on the madness. Intuit TurboTax, now this is taxes. It's 66-54. Auburn leads Creighton on an 18-4 run. Second chance points now favor Auburn 19-6 in the paint, 36-16. Auburn is led by Chad Baker-Mazara, 17 points, but he has not been to the game since the 13.5-minute mark. They've gotten 14 from DeHaan Pettiford, a dozen from Denver Jones, largely on floaters, while Creighton is paced by Ryan Kalkbrenner's 13. Stephen Ashworth has 11, but is scoreless and 0 for 4 since the break.
Yeah, Creighton has no chance at winning this game here if they can't get Stephen Ashworth going. He's got to be a lot more aggressive on the offensive end, hunting his offense, and that'll draw an extra guy. Then he can be a passer. He's been way too passive right now.
It is Creighton ball. Up the floor, left to right out of the Auburn called timeout. Dylan Cardwell seemed to be cramping at his right calf. He is standing and watching behind the bench, getting fluids. Neal driving end line gets bumped and fouled by the defending DeHaan Pettiford. That is his second, team 7. So this is where the game can't shift. It's bonus time.
Yes. And we talked about it earlier, being in the bonus. Creighton should look to get that basketball inside or attack the paint off the bounce. You can put points on the board without the clock moving.
So the first of the 1-and-1, 7 fouls on Auburn, 5 on Creighton. Baker-Mazara still has ice on his right hip. Front end for Neal is on the way, and a miss. Creighton has missed now 4 of 7 free throws. It's Auburn ball. Pettiford gets it across. A game-high 12-point lead for the number 1 overall seed. Pettiford outside left, screened by Broom. Switch has Kalkbrenner, doubled by Neal. Flick left for Jones. Quick snap down low. It's Broom spinning into a shot, bumped and fouled by the defending Isaac Trout. That'll be his first, team 6.
Yeah, Creighton trying to mix it up a little bit and double teaming the ball screen and the handler coming off. And what that did is that left Trout one-on-one down on side with Janai Broom. He recognized it right away and drew that foul.
So now Broom to the line, only a 60% free throw shooter. He does get to the line a ton. McAndrew and Zugic ready to sub back in. Left-handed shot for Broom. Flat miss. Front iron. John Sadak, LaFonso Ellis here at our Granger broadcast position. Rupp Arena, Lexington, Kentucky. For the ones who get it done, there's Granger, offering professional-grade products for all industries. Fast delivery and free technical support. Call clickgranger.com or just stop by. Auburn hasn't been pretty at the line either, missing 4 of 9. Back in for Broom is in the air. Rim, glass rim, a miss. It bounces on the floor. Saved by Johnson for Auburn to Jones. Reverse the ball up top. Pettiford inside of Broom. Strong left hand. No. Pope saved by Broom on his backside. Playground off Ashworth, who had last touch. 2 officials converge. No signal yet.
Yeah, I actually thought Broom was on the floor out of bounds and it hit him last.
Creighton ball.
Yes.
That's a tough angle. Mm-hmm. One official was in the far right corner. Yes. One was up the hash near left sideline, and I think each was screened off.
Yes. Because Broom threw the basketball off Stephen Ashworth, but because he was on the floor out of bounds, it hit him as it came in.
They get the call right. We see a replay. Creighton ball front court right. Ashworth shaping up, gets fed. Broom is right on him. He drives. Kick right wing. McAndrew 3. In and out. Rebound Pettiford at Auburn. And as time ticks with Auburn up a dozen, it feels more dire for the 9 seed out of the Big East. The number 1 overall seed Auburn looked sluggish in the first half, eventually blew out the 16 Alabama State. Pettiford behind a Broom screen. Right wing, long 2, not there. Silly foul. Got hit seemingly after he released it. Got hit by Neal. It's going to be his second.
Well, Broom is setting up ball screen on DeHaan Pettiford, forgive me. And with that drop coverage there with Kalkbrenner, that little 15-foot jump shot is open. He was able to get a little separation and panicked Jemiah Neal and fouled him in the process.
So now Pettiford line left, who already has 14 points. 6 boards, couple of dimes. Front end free throw in the air is good. Download the brand new Westwood One Sports app and catch every minute of the men's and women's NCAA tournament. Anytime, anywhere. Don't be left out. Get the Westwood One Sports app today. Pettiford set for a second. 3 dribbles, spins the ball. Light knee bend, shot in the air, rattles in good. Creighton hasn't scored in 5.5 minutes. Auburn has its largest lead on the board at 68-54. It is a 20-4 run. Kalkbrenner up top, spinning to face. Broom slapping, trying to get the ball free. He pokes it free. It's loose on the deck. Kalkbrenner tumbles. Broom's got it. He lobs backcourt to Jones. It's Auburn ball. Hand off to Pettiford. He drifts outside right. And now Auburn could start to bleed clock selectively if it likes. Broom top of the arc. Jones denied hard by Ashworth. Finds a way to get it to Jones. Middle Pettiford at the logo. Neal over top of screen. Trying to hound him. Pettiford up fake. Flick to Broom. Pops a 3. No. Rebound McAndrew and Creighton. He shovels forward to Zugic. Lead for Ashworth. Threads the needle to Zugic. Sidestep, left wing 3. Got it. First points in over 6 minutes for Creighton. It's 68-57.
Yeah, the transition game, they able to catch Auburn before the defense got set. And a nice little throw ahead by Ashworth, and Zugic drills that one from the left corner.
This is the first moment that Auburn looks a little tired. Everybody looks a little tired. Pettiford bounce to Denver Jones. Holding a right foot pivot, trips left on a Broom screen, circles, beats Ashworth off the bounce, reset, drives end line, circles into the right wing, a lead for Johnson, pops a 3 with time running out, a shot clock violation. He got the shot off, but an air ball.
It's a really good defensive possession. I thought Stephen Ashworth did a magnificent job of keeping Denver Jones from getting by him, chesting him all the way. And Auburn had to take a desperation shot there before the shot clock expired. Good defense by Creighton.
Chad Baker, Mazzara, and Dylan Cardwell both trying to limber up, make themselves available to come back in. We haven't seen either since they left with their respective injuries. Ashworth circling on Broom. Steps back into the right corner. Bounce to Kalkbrenner against Johnson. Backs him in. Turnaround banker is good. It's 68-59, 4:40.
Kalkbrenner doing a really nice job of getting deep post position, 2 feet in the paint, and he's just too tall, too strong in there for Cheney Johnson, and able to score that one over the top.
4:30 clock rolls. Broom top of the arc. Feed left for Jones. Overplayed down low. Stolen by McAndrew. Funnel forward to Ashworth. He snaps to Zugic. Shovel to Neal. Two-hand jam. Or up and dunk. Creighton has come to life. It's 7. Auburn across. Auburn timeout. 4:12 to go in the second half. 7 unanswered in a minute 19. It's Auburn 68, Creighton 61. A timeout on the court. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Are you checking your bracket during the commercial break like the rest of us? Thanks for chatting it up and enjoying this March Madness live hangout with us. So what?
Hey, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate you being here. Please take a second, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the bell so you don't miss it when we go live for every single college basketball game of March Madness. Every single game. Speaking of which, I've got to start that next stream right now. We'll see you back in the chat. Good luck to your team.
Listen up, fellow Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. Let's do it again and get vaccinated, because we're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit vaxassist.com and schedule a vaccine today. Sponsored by Pfizer.
O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships.
This is Mike Tirico. Join us for exclusive coverage of the Masters this April on Channel 92 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
Witness history in the making. The U.S. women's national team faces off against Brazil in the first ever professional women's sporting event at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, Saturday, April 5th. To secure your seats, visit ussoccer.com/tickets. What a ball game here in Lexington. 4:12 to go. Second half, Auburn 68, Creighton 61. John Sadak, LaFonso Ellis, our Westwood One crew. The latest run put together by the Blue Jays. 7 unanswered in a touch more than a minute, but a big sub to come. Chad Baker-Mazara. Daniel LaRusso's got to fight. He has been out painting with his right hip, a giant ice pack on there since the 13.5-minute mark. He's going to check in. And it looks like Dylan Cardwell is also checking in. He's been out a shorter span of time after clutching at his right calf. He had been hydrating and trying to loosen that calf.
Well, Chad Baker-Mazara was having himself a whale of a game with 17 points in this game, 10 of those coming in the second half. Then went out for a little while, and Dylan Cardwell has done a magnificent job with defending the rim tonight.
At the hash, entry goes to Pettiford. 1 timeout for Auburn, 2 for Creighton. Each team has 7 fouls. Lob Pettiford left wing, defended by Neal. A backward bounce found by Broom, backing in on Kalkbrenner. Backs him in, turn around, flicks it back to Denver Jones. Look up top, Baker-Mazara, lead for Pettiford, 9 to shoot. Pettiford defended by Kalkbrenner, doubled, fire to Broom, hesitates, floats it up, puts it in, 4 on the timer, 70-61.
Yeah, Kalkbrenner went to double that ball screen, so that left Janai Broom in the middle of the floor with McAndrew unable to take advantage there.
Snaps a 2.5-minute scoreless stretch for Auburn. Neal outside right, front court right, puts it on the deck, driving on Pettiford. Lead for McAndrew, right wing. Slams on the brakes, looking for help, spinning on the left foot pivot, bounce to Neal outside right. Puts it on the deck, drives into the paint, loses handle, and it bounces to Kalkbrenner, pops the left wing three, air ball. Saved by McAndrew, but to Auburn. It's Pettiford up the floor, 3:16, clock rolls Auburn by 9. Ashworth saying we got to pressure. The double comes, Pettiford splits it, floats it mid-lane, got it. Oh, that has been pretty. He's got 18 to lead the game. Chest pass Zugic, now time ticking on Creighton. Down 11, and Zugic bumped and fouled by Pettiford, his third, 1-1.
The foul is on Pettiford, that's his third, and the team's 8.
Tahad Pettiford trying to maintain legal guarding position there. Zugic able to turn the corner, going to his left, and that's a good call by the official.
Kelly and Johnson sub back in for Auburn. Zugic line right to shoot, where Creighton has left points at the line, going 3 of 7, including a miss on the front end of a 1-1.
Yeah, Chad Baker-Mazara trying to give his team some additional minutes, but you can see that hip just stiffened right back up. So you got to applaud the toughness from number 10 in white.
He subs out, Cardwell out as well. Zugic line right. 0 for 2 tonight, 74% shooter. Down 11, front end of a critical 1-1. In the air, and good. March Madness is coming to a court near you. Experience it live as the nation's best college basketball teams compete for a chance to cut down the nets. Secure your seats today, ncaa.com/NBB tickets. 10-point tilt, Zugic line right. Creighton hasn't led since it was 50-48 at the 14-13 mark. Second free throw in the air and good. Green subs in. He plays with 4 fouls. He takes the spot of McAndrew, so Creighton gets a little smaller.
Yeah, with this group in, though, you'll see a little bit more pressure. They're trying to speed Auburn up to take tough shots or turn them over to try to get some easy ones in transition.
They double Pettiford upon entry. Plays catch with Johnson. Right sideline, Pettiford poked out of bounds. Who had last touch? It'll be Auburn ball. As Zugic collapsed, and it went off of a Blue Jay.
Yeah, full court pressure here from the Blue Jays with Jason Green in the game.
So Johnson will enter at the hash backcourt right, far side. 72-63 Auburn. Entry to Pettiford. He retreats to the opposite end line. Lob over a double to Johnson. He gets past Ashworth. Give left for Jones. And now Auburn content to work clock. Jones had a seam to drive, and instead he gives to Pettiford, who holds. Now establishes the dribble. Outside left, circles right. Cuts through a double. Floats it up. Glass and rim miss. Loose and one by Zugic. Neal was ahead of the field. Zugic didn't see him, and Broom trucks him in the middle of the floor. He ran him over from behind, and as his third foul, and Zugic will go back to the line.
Yeah, Zugic missed Jemiah Neal, who was ahead of him and had a one-on-one opportunity, but made a really smart play as Broom's coming up behind him. He just kind of hit the brakes and let Broom run into him and knocked him over. It's a good call by the official.
So this is the last of the Creighton 1-and-1s. It's 9 fouls on Auburn, 7 on Creighton. Creighton has 2 timeouts. Auburn only has 1. They surprisingly called a timeout when they were in the midst of their biggest run to pull away. You wonder how much of that was fatigue with a thinner team. 2 guys banged up. So Zugic, line right, who missed his first 2. He hit his last 2. First is in the air, rim glassing in.
These free throws are important because it'll allow Creighton to be able to put their full court pressure on. They're trying to speed this game up or force a turnover to try to get something in transition.
And that's something they're bad at. They do not force turnovers well. Second free throw in the air, rim glassing in, 72-65. Zugic out, and McAndrew in.
Put McAndrew in, have a taller guy on the basketball.
So his length fronts, 6'10". Johnson beats Pettiford. Brief double that falls away. Pettiford dribbles up, and Green gives the foul. He is subbed out. So it's 1-and-1 for Green, a 66% shooter, but Green saw the chance to put one of the weaker Auburn men at the line.
Jason Green going out of the game really hurts the speed and athleticism of Creighton because in a desperation time right now, they're trying to double team any dribble handoffs, any ball screens, and of course putting their full court pressure on after made baskets. That really hurts them not having him on the floor.
So Green fouls out with 4 points in 23 minutes. He did have 3 rebounds. Tonight's broadcast of the 2025 NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the NCAA and Westwood One is strictly prohibited. So Pettiford line left to shoot 1-and-1, 8 fouls on Creighton. Pettiford has erupted for 18, 6 boards, 3 dimes in 30 minutes. He is 2 for 2 at the line. The team is just 7 of 12.
11 of those have come in the second half alone.
Front end free throw, rim glass, rim it in. The spin carried it home.
What a luxury it is for Bruce Pearl as Creighton tries to double team Pettiford in the backcourt. They basically have 2 point guards on the floor because Denver Jones is out there as well. Makes it increasingly more difficult to trap.
Pettiford set for a second. 2 sharp dribbles. Left-handed shooter. Light knee bend shot. Swish. 74-65 Auburn. 2:27 to go. Here comes Creighton left to right. Pettiford with his 5th 20-point game. Creighton needs some points in a hurry. Ashworth between the rings. He's been quiet since halftime. Kick to Kalkbrenner. Lead for Ashworth. Broom surrounds and hounds. Pass to Neal. Trying to take Kelly off the bounce. Picks it up. Lob to Kalkbrenner. Goes strong. 2-edge jam. Timeout Creighton. That'll leave the Blue Jays with 1 at 74-67 to 11 to go.
Kalkbrenner able to get one-on-one with Denver Jones down inside. That's good recognition by Creighton to get it to him quickly for a quick score.
Spruce is a new weed and grass killer with 9 simple yet effective ingredients that are safe for use around people, pets, and bees when used as directed. Spruce works differently by dehydrating the weed down to the roots. This is the 3rd meeting all time between Creighton and Auburn. The last time they met, the only time they had met in the Big Dance, it was March of 2000. Auburn had a 9-point lead with 12.7 seconds left. They thought it was so comfortable they put their manager, Jimbo Tolbert, into the game, who made a critical defensive mistake. Creighton hit 2 threes, forced 2 turnovers, and had a potential 3 to tie the game, blocked by the 7-footer Mamadou Ndiaye at the buzzer for Auburn to survive.
Good for Jimbo, because he wouldn't have been able to live that one down.
Here it is. It's Auburn up 7. We have 2:11 to go here. McAndrew will front. Auburn length of the floor, right to left.
Full court pressure here.
Under the cylinder, Johnson. He looks and bounces into Jones. Right back to Johnson. Shovel to Pettiford. He gets doubled near sideline. Tries to dribble out of it. 5 seconds to get across. He flicks to Baker Mazzara, who's back in. He's doubled. Middle for Jones.
He's hurt. Foul. He's hurting.
Baker Mazzara limping and grimacing significantly. He lingers on the right wing and shakes his head with a wry smile. 10 seconds. Pettiford allowed a pound. They work clock. Pettiford rolling right, jump give left. Kelly, who's had a bad shooting day, driving, rise and fire, baseline short, ripped down by Kalkbrenner, briefly tied up, whistle and foul. That's going to go on Johnson and send Kalkbrenner to the line.
Wow.
It looked like simultaneous possession.
Part of you don't want to foul in a situation like this because you're only helping your opponent, because now Creighton gets an opportunity to put 2 points on the board without the clock moving. The clock is Creighton's enemy right now.
No foul to Johnson. That is his first. It's double bonus. So Kalkbrenner goes line right. He has 17 points to lead Creighton. He's 2 for 2 at the line. A 68% shooter on his year. With Ryan Kalkbrenner healthy and playing, Creighton all-time 3-0 in round of 32 games to go to the Sweet 16. Front end of 2 is in the air, rattles, kisses, and it's good. Baker Mazzara out.
You talk about luxuries. To be able to have a big guy that you don't have to sub in and out in crucial situations like this that you can depend on to make free throws. What a luxury.
Set for a second, the winningest man in Creighton history. In the air, rattles out, rebound Johnson, Auburn ball. 74-68, 137. Middle for Jones. He flicks to Pettiford, who sprints and then circles back. And Greg McDermott says pressure. Give left for Johnson. Back middle Pettiford. Feed right for Jones. Jones defended by Neal. They let the clock tick down. 10 to shoot. Just now establishes dribble. 7 to shoot. 1-on-1 against Neal. 5 to shoot. Driving into the paint. Up fake. Leans into contact. High kiss make. And one. A critical three-point play with 2.1 on the timer.
What a magnificent play by Denver Jones. He's matched up with Creighton's best perimeter defender in Jemiah Neal. Able to get to his left side, a little up fake. Jemiah Neal went for it and able to get some body contact and opportunity for an and-one here.
76-68. Second best free throw shooter in the SEC. Top 10 of the country for an and-one free throw. 90% on his year. Light knee bend. Puts up the shot and in. Creighton 1:11 to go, 77-68, the Auburn lead. Ashworth behind a Kalkbrenner screen. Drives to the rim, up fake, spinning, room, denying, kick to Kalkbrenner, Ashworth corner, up fake, step left, hesitant three. Off iron miss, weak side, foul. As McAndrew wanted, foul goes on Creighton.
I thought when Ryan Kalkbrenner threw that basketball out to Ashworth, I thought Ashworth should have taken that first shot in the corner. He was wide open.
Foul to McAndrew. That is his first. It's double bonus. Team's 10. So at the other end, it'll be Tahad Pettiford, an 80% shooter who has a game-high 20 points. He's 4 for 4 at the line today. Dribbles, bends the knee, shoots, and sinks. His career-high 24 at Georgia back in mid-January. He's got 21 for a shot at the Sweet 16.
How about this kid, right? 2 games in a row. Not afraid of the bright lights as a freshman. He's been absolutely sensational.
Second free throw, rim blasting in. Here comes Creighton, 58.2. Ashworth up the floor. Creighton ball in the front court right. Ashworth behind the arc right. Look up top, McAndrew shot altered, blocked by Auburn, won by the Tigers. Creighton's not fouling. 42 seconds. And now the foul comes with 39.4.
Late game situations, you need your big-time players to make big-time plays. And Janai Broome having a tough night with only 4 of 13 from the field. But when you need your All-American to come through, it's him. It's he who makes a huge block to keep the momentum going the Tigers' way.
Foul to Zugic, his third. Pettiford line left. Free throw a little short off the iron. Creighton will make a sub. Sammy Osmani, walk-on, moves down the bench. It looks like he will not come in right now. Pettiford's second is in the air and good, 39.4. Entry goes to Ashworth up the floor. Ashworth right down the lane, lays it up and in, 36 seconds, 80-70. Kalkbrenner fronts, inbound to Pettiford. He is doubled. Passes out to Kelly, middle of the floor. He sprints it up, and he gets bear hugged by Ashworth for a foul. That'll be his second.
That's great sportsmanship right there. Ashworth knowing he had to make a hard foul there And apologizing immediately and still apologizing to Miles Kelly as he goes to the foul line.
So Kelly line left to shoot. He has had a rough shooting day from the field, but the first free throw is a make. His first free throw attempt, he missed 7 of his 8 from the floor. Now Osmani comes in, and Creighton will also sub Ty Davis. They sub out Jemiah Neal. Now the senior gets a high five and an embrace from his head coach, Greg McDermott. And now Ashworth gets his moment. The senior guard with a nice roar from not just the Creighton fans, the Auburn fans as well.
Classy from the Auburn faithful. Stephen Ashworth was one heck of a player and is worthy of it.
And now Kalkbrenner subs out, the winningest man in Creighton history. He gets a hug from his head coach. He saw him get married. And now he sees him play one final time here in the NCAA tournament.
And it's the great Bruce Pearl who's raising his hands to his fans to make sure that those guys are getting the credit that they're due.
Now Zugic subs out as well as Creighton goes deep to its bench. Mason Miller gets some time here. Josh Townley-Thomas is in. Frederick King has returned. Ty Davis, the freshman's first action. And Osmani, the walk-on's first action. Second free throw in the air. To make that the free throw for Kelly is good. Yeah, that is the second free throw. So it is Creighton ball.
It's one of those moments you're like, is this a Bizarro moment? I could have sworn he had taken his 2 free throws.
So inbound for Creighton. It goes to Osmani. He dribbles up. Creighton ball front court right. 1 second differential. Slams on the brakes outside left. Defended by Broom. Bounce pass inside for King. He can't handle. Turns it over. It's won by Auburn. The timer's off. And the Tigers can run out the clock. After a suspect showing in the first round eventual blowout, Auburn far more focused, energetic. The effort assertedly there. The final 2 seconds fade. Zeros on the clock. The Tigers triumph. For the first time in 6 years, Auburn is on to the Sweet 16. The number 1 overall seed, Auburn dispatches of Creighton 82-70. The Tigers will go to Atlanta and take on the 5 seed in Michigan, which took care of Texas A&M earlier today.
Yeah, you're dealing with 2 huge frontline players with Michigan, with Vlad Golden in the centerpiece of it, who's had an incredible year. So that's going to be an interesting matchup between 2 teams that are very physical.
Now the guard play for Auburn was simply stellar in this matchup. 23 for Pettiford, 15 for Jones. Baker Mazzara had 17 before injury derailed a spectacular performance.
Yeah, and 11 of those 17 came in the second half. He had it going.
And so Auburn gets its 30th win of the year. The Tigers are 30-5. They are now 9-1 on neutral floors, while Creighton sees its season come to a close at 25-11. It was a 20-4 run by Auburn that erased a 2-point deficit, gave Auburn a 14-point lead, and the Tigers get the victory. Joining us now is the veteran head man, Bruce Pearl of the Auburn Tigers. What focus, what effort from your Tiger team in derailing a very humming offense with a spectacular performance?
You know, we really stepped it up, John, and we had to. I would say that Creighton was playing as well as anybody in the country. You know, they had a dominating game against Louisville. They got a great point guard, they got a great center, and they got guys running that can shoot them. I can't believe we were down 1 and they make 9 threes in the first half, and all we're trying to do is run them up the 3-point line. That's how effective they were.
Stephen Ashworth had 11 in the first half. You guys blanked them in the second half. How were you able to do that?
I'll give you 2 words: Denver Jones. For real.
Yes.
And he's on the Naismith, voting for the Naismith, Defensive Player of the Year award, and what an amazing job. Nobody's done that to that kid all year long. Denver Jones did it. Miles Kelly did a great job of playing it, and in the foul trouble. And then Tahad Pettiford's special. He has stepped up in all the big games. My Stephen Pearl had the scout, and I just did a phenomenal job getting us ready in a very, very short period of time. Against a brilliant coach.
Coach
McDermott.
Chad Baker-Mazzara was outstanding. Dylan Cardwell's physicality imposing.
Yeah.
Both got banged up and seemed to visibly be playing through something.
Yeah, Dylan, I think, is cramps more than anything. And Chad's got that hip pointer. If I could get 10 more pounds out of 5, I'd give him some of my pounds around my waist. Because he's got a bony ass. And so what happens is when he hits the floor, bam, he hits it hard.
Coach Tahad Pettiford, super freshman, has had a really good year for you. Some freshmen are afraid of the big stage. He goes for 16 in the first round, 23 in the second round. Could you tell us about what this kid is built like?
Well, you know what? He has been the underdog his whole life because he's undersized. And he was rated somewhere between 25 and 35 coming out of high school because he's 5'11", all right? But he's been the best kid on the floor his entire life, right? And I'll tell you what, there aren't 5 freshmen in the country that have had a better year than Tahad Pettiford. Our kids trust him. I trust him. His float game was phenomenal today, making those tough twos. Just a really, really nice collection. We played like we're capable of playing today. We played like we were the number 1 overall seed today.
Agreed.
Very proud of our guys.
Mm-hmm. Any early thoughts on Michigan for the Sweet 16?
Michigan won.
Yes.
Well, I got to go up against the old point guard, Trey Donaldson. The 2 big kids are phenomenal, for Michigan. Man, I'm disappointed Texas A&M didn't win because obviously they're in our league. But I don't know. I just don't know. I know they're really well coached, and I know that we'll be ready.
Bruce, I thought it was really classy. The seniors going out for Creighton. It's you standing over there encouraging the Tiger faithful to give those guys their due.
Absolutely. They've had unbelievable careers at Creighton. Sometimes when you go up against guys like Greg McDermott or players like that, it's actually an honor to be on the same floor with student athletes and coaches like that.
Coach, thank you so much. Enjoy the Sweet 16. That is Bruce Pearl, head man of the Auburn Tigers, as they get the win, a final count of 82-70 over the 9-seed Creighton Blue Jays. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Whether you're shaping up a small yard or tackling serious acreage, Steel walk-behind, zero-turn, and stand-on mowers are built to get the job done. Shop online or at your local Steel dealer. Steel, let's go mow.
The tournament is here. March Madness is here. The craziness is here. Don't forget, hit that like button down below and share this link out so we can get more basketball fans here in the chat, hanging out with us, cheering on your favorite team.
Creighton steals it and lays it in. Creighton a good look. Hit 6.
Check out our new website, www.torontosportsinsider.com, and check out the link that is in the description as well as in the chat that shows where all of the live viewers are watching from. Are you an insider yet? Have you hit that subscribe button? I bet you have now. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for checking out our Bracket Mania campaign. A lot more coming up soon.
Gators just haven't been able to do so.
Bernard Thompson with a three.
This is on play. What a great scene this is.
Stunning. Absolutely stunning.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Thanks for chatting it up and enjoying this March Madness live hangout with us.
Now, Auburn on the second half as a team, thanks to that guard play, 60% shooting as a team. They were able to get it done and hold Creighton to just 70 points on the game. And that Creighton team that nailed 9 threes in the first half with 3 of 13 from deep after halftime.
Yeah, I thought the defensive pressure of Auburn was really ratcheted up in the second half, and they weren't allowing Stephen Ashworth to get any separation. And because he wasn't able to get any separation and deep penetration to the painted area, all those step-in threes now were challenged because they weren't able to get any. Really good defensive game there for Bruce Pearl and the Auburn Tigers.
Did Auburn show you enough? Number 1 overall seed. What did you learn about them, see in them projecting forward, matching up with Michigan in the Sweet 16?
Well, the first game, we saw dysfunction. I saw a group that was fractured and not together. We knew that they had 2 team meetings, one yesterday, one this morning. And so clearly those meetings galvanized them mentally. I thought Chad Baker-Mazara came in and set the tone for them. He had 17 points going in this game. He was locked in defensively. And to me, he's the X factor. When he's engaged and locked in on both ends of the floor, this is a national championship team.
He finished with 17, and the victory goes to Auburn, 82-70 over Creighton. Right now, let's go back to Brad Heller in the Westwood One Broadcast Center.
All right, John, thank you very much. And the number 1 overall seed, Auburn Tigers.